a guide, one mentor. Young generation ದಾದೊಂಡ ಅವಂತೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದುಪೋಡು ಇಮೋಷನಲಿ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ಲ ಆತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆದುಪೋಡು ಅಂತ ಪಂದು ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪುನಾರು.
The counseling, the whole and soul is the counselor can sit quietly, give that environment for the person to open up those things which they can confide. Whether they do it with the parents or not is a totally different thing.
ಯಾನ್ ಆತು ಬೆಂದು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆವೋಡು ಲೈಫ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆವೋಡು ಅಂತ ಎನ್ನಿದ್ಲ ಈತ್ ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಲೋನೇ ಕಟ್ಟೊಂದುಲ್ಲ.
Yes, there was this herd mentality. Itte whatever you become successful at, niklentu they think it is gospel truth. Itte yanla engineer anda enkla mittu baruli. Yanla medicine practitioner anda ing respect upon society. But in the end of the day, this person should not be given false hope.
ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವೇನು ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ತೊಂದುಲ್ಲರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವರ ಓವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆವೊಂದುಂಡ ಒಂದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂಚ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮನ್ಪುನ್ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕಲ್ನ ನಡು.
Those 5 years you would have had enough time, okay, and the resources to make a fortune out of it. At least raise capital for what you want to do in the future. They just want to convince the son or daughter to take science or to take medicine. Okay, enkelda pandapund already incha kenundijje ee renchana convince. That is not a job. Our job is to go from ABC. We should understand them first.
ಇನ್ನಿತ ಕಾಲದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಬತ್ತಂಚ ಬಂಡ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ನೆರಪುನಕ್ಲು ಇರೆಂಚ ಎನ್ನ ಬಾಲೆಗಂಚ
there are ita yan patennaga onchur bejaranda ammagle bejarav magagle bejarav enna meregamme appegla bejarav yan parenting banda. There is nothing called perfect parenting now. There are no protocols, there are no rules. So what is perfectly all right in one household may not be all right in another household. Kelavu dadapun banda we find that the parenting has changed over a long time. One slap would change everything. Itte is becoming a huge challenge because there's a lack of communication.
ಬಾಲೆಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಜ್ಜಿಂಡ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಾಲೆಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಜ್ಜಿಂದ ಬಂದಿತ್ತೇರು ಇತ್ತೆಂಚತ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಗಾಟ್
ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ದ ಪುದರ್ಲ
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಅವಳು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಪುಂಡು ಯಾನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ ಮುಕುಲ ಯಾನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಲ್ಪುಡ ಬುರ್ಚಾನ್ ಅವನ್ ಪಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾನ್ ಉಲ್ಲೆ ಕುಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಪ ಒಂಚೂರು ಪೊಡು.
The children will simply grow up and become one more machine.
The parents today have a lot of dreams. Dumbula ittune, but today I see a lot of parents saying a lot of things like enna kaaladundu malpar aichi enna ಮಗೆ ಅಂಡ್ಲ ವೇನ್ ಮಲ್ಪೋಡು.
ಕೆಲವು ಎಂಕ್ಲನ ಜೋಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಎಂಕುಲ್ ಕೊರ್ತು ಜಾಂಡ ಬಕ್ಕ ಏರ್ ಕೊರ್ಪೇರ್. Because when the door doesn't open, you have to break the door open.
Namaskara Matregla, welcome back to another beautiful episode of Voice of Kudla. So Voice of Kudla anpannaga ini onji bari strong voice. This strong voice is very very important in order to shape tomorrow's future in Panoli. Panaga I have one of the guests with me who is a guide, one mentor, been the basketball coach for St. Aloysius College for almost 15 years. 19 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಪದ ಒಂದು ಬಾಸ್ಕೆಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಟೀಮನ್ನು ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Today he is also a freelance sports performance coach as well. And more importantly ಎಲ್ಲದ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಯಂಗ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ದಾದೊಂಡ ಅವಂತೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದುಪೋಡು ಅವಂತೆ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ಡ್ ಆದುಪೋಡು ಐಡ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಮೋಷ್ನಲಿ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ಲ ಆತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆದುಪೋಡು ಅಂತ ಪಂದು ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪುನಾರು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅರ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಡ್ ಅರೆಡ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಾತೆರ್ನಾರು ಒಂಜಿ ಜನ ಉಲ್ಲೇರು. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಥಾಟ್ ಅರೆಡ್ದ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮೆರೆನಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಾತೆರ್ ಪಾವಡೊಂದು. Having a little kid, Johan, who is turning 3 this year,
yes,
who is also trying to dunk on life already. So I've got with me John Fernandes, SpeedX Mentorship Solutions Mokola company, the director. ಆತ್ಮಾತ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಒಂಜಿ ಕುಡ್ಲದ ಪುಗಾರ್ತದ ಒಂಜಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಖಾಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಲಾಕ್ ಕೀನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಓಪನ್ ಮನ್ಪುನ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಹಿ ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ದ ಲಾಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯಂಗ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ train these young minds at home, which is parenting, which is very important. So malla subject netta ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತರ ಏನಿ ಅನ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಮುಲ್ಕುಲೊಂದೇರು. So firstly welcome to the show, and I want to congratulate you on wearing so many hats and very efficiently managing that as well. So that speaks a lot about how much mentorship that you can provide to others as well. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Anurag. It's a real good pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yes.
ದಯಪನ್ನಾಗ ಇನ್ನಿತ್ತ ದಿನಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುಮಾರು ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತಿರುವ.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we speak about various aspects ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತಿರುವ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್. ಮನೆ ಮೊದಲ ಪಾಠಶಾಲೆ ಅಂತ ಪನ್ಪೇರು, ತಾಯಿಯೇ ಮೊದಲ ಗುರು ಅಂತ ಪನ್ಪೇರು. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದಾಂಡಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ನ ಕುಲ್ಲ ಪೋದು ಕಲ್ತದು ಬೇತೆ ಬೇತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದು ಅವನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ಬೊಕ್ಕಾಕುಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಪನ್. ಸೊ this is one aspect I think the parents today need to educate themselves on, and the young minds also need to take this in their mind. So suru malpere start malpere nama code discuss malpnaga first thing ite aklegla nama viewers nakla mind duppu that ndu counseling an yanla code kende apagir panadu counseling atte mentorship an so netta ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪೂರ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ malperalla but before that let's start about your journey from locks and keys to being a mentor to being a sports performance coach and doing so much ಕುಡ್ಲಾಡ್ದಿರ್ನ ಶುರುವಾಯಿನ ಜರ್ನಿ ಎಂಚ ಶುರುವಾಂಡು ಈರು ಅಲ್ಪ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ತಾರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಚ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಚ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂದು ಈರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋಣ ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೇರ್
ಓಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಪನ್ಪುಂದಾದ ಬಂಡ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಬಾಯ್ born and brought up in ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಡ್ಲ right from my heart.
Yes.
I'm a very proud person to say that. I come from a very middle class family and my parents obviously have shaped me the way I have. ಒಂದು very small aged from the age of 9 I started working with my father.
ಓಕೆ
ಇಂಕಲ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯ ಶಾಪ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಂಜಿ
ಸ್ಪೀಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಇರ್ಪಣ್ಲಕನೆ
ಅವು ಇತ್ತಿಲಕ ಇಜ್ಜಿ ಮೇ ಬಿ 26 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಫೀಟ್ ದ ಒಂಜಿ ಶಾಪ್ ಇತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯ
ಓಕೆ
ಅವ್ಲು ಯಾನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎನ್ನ ಕಸಬು ಕಲ್ತೀನಿ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಕೀಸ್
ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್
yes I was 9 years of age.
9 years old, okay.
So if you ask me how would I do that, enk onji 4 to 5 hours in a day during the vacations.
Okay.
ಯಾನ್ ಪೋದು ಎನ್ನ ಪಪ್ಪ ಎಂಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅರ್ನ ಬೇಲೆ ಕಲ್ಪೊಂದಿತ್ತೇರು.
ಸೊ ಇತ್ತೆ ಮೂಲ ಬರ್ಪನ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇರೆಗ್ಲ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತನ್
ಎಸ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅಮ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್.
ಯಾ ಓಕೆ
ದಯಪಂಡ ಎಂಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಶೋ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೀ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಶೋ.
ಓಕೆ
ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಲಾಕ್ಡ್. ಎಂಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪೂರ ಓಪನ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕನೆ ತೋಜಂದಿತ್ತಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ the art of making keys is very different now from what it was earlier.
Okay, what is the difference?
Appaga panda materials tikkonditiji. So we used to hunt for brass metals, get it from places like Aligarh, Mumbai.
Okay.
Small scaled, large scaled, depending on the availability. Kantadu we used to make shapes of keys which worked on the locks.
Yeah, fit into other locks.
Yes.
Okay.
Generation change anaga avu uplift anaga ಕೆಲವು mechanical machines
technology machine
what we call computerized machines apagittu ji.
Okay.
So all work is to be done by hand.
Okay.
ಅವು ಎಂಕ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಎಂಕ್ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಬತ್ತನ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಏಜ್. ಫಾರ್ ಹೌ
need
ಲಾಂಗ್
to emphasize on the part that you wanted to be a part of the business.
Yes.
Yeah, because we'll come into this later nama paatanaga.
Yes, I wanted to be a part of it because I saw my father working hard.
Okay.
He never told me I work hard, but when I saw my father doing it and my mom was a housewife,
Okay.
She was always a homemaker who gave us a lot. So they played their roles. Yan bakka enna megdi itta. So she is a counselor in Bangalore.
Oh,
For 10 years she worked at St. Joseph's PU College in Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Bakka she is doing well with her
Okay.
profession. Aita bakka when I came to PU College, degree college, that was when I was in a dilemma. Itte enna skills whatever I have learnt from my father, should it be restricted here and should I try my waters somewhere else? Itte podu abroad podu ijanda I had an opportunity.
yes.
Which I actually was considering for a long time.
Okay.
Aita bakka I decided that the offer was so lucrative that the money part would come somewhere.
But I think today's
Yes.
youth wants that, right? They want to go out.
Yes, but
What made you stay back?
I could tick a lot of boxes which I wouldn't get if I had gone abroad.
Self-evaluation.
Yes. So one, I thought I am a family man. Okay, I decided that I have to be with the roots, because in my opinion, I don't know if many people think this way, but when someone came and said you have to be a part of the full circle, panda parents are taking care of you, you grow in the family, and
take care of
aita bakka ir pira battadu you'll have to take care of them at their
Parents.
old age, plus give your children when you have them, if you have them, and your wife a good family life with your presence, plus be there in the most difficult times. That was what appealed to me. So ಎಂಕ್ ಐತ ದುಂಬು ಓಲ ತೋಜಿದಿಚೆ ಕಾಸ್ ಅವಡ್ earning a lot of
Quite
money.
different thought on the Apaganda.
Yes, I thought it was very different at that time. Now
Okay.
it is very obvious that it is very different.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but there were other things in me which I felt was I could not get enough opportunity to do. So I had leadership skills in me.
In terms of opportunities to
Opportunity
do as
panda, see, I have been graduated in human resources management.
Okay.
I'm an MBA in human resources. Business bannaga, what happens is you probably using 10% of those skills which you have learned.
learnt.
Okay, entrepreneurship is different cup of tea. Ate whatever you learn in management, those are confined to the books and
Kali
probably
textbook and then somewhere else, maybe in
yes,
some other company. Yeah.
yes. So it won't be so beneficial to you. Maybe in bits and pieces here and there, you
Okay.
can use your skills. The one question I asked was whether I can develop this business and take it to a next height
Okay.
when my generation is asked of that demand. Okay, the simple answer was yes. Okay, whether my son will be able to do that is a totally different thing.
Okay.
Itte Jan Ken question, the simple answer was yes. So I decided to stay here and continue my profession. Plus, when I was talking about management, I got an opportunity to coach Aloysius degree college basketball team
Okay.
in the year 2010. ಅವು ಆ ವರ್ಷ ಇಂಚಿನ ಆಡ್ಪಂಡ ದೇ ವೇರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅನಿ ಕೋಚ್ ಆಕಲ್ನ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಟೂರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೋದಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದ ದೆನ್ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಇನ್ವೈಟೆಡ್ ಮೀ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಡ್ ವೈ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್. ಯಾನ್ ಪೋಯೆ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಗುಡ್. ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ಲೇನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಶೇಪ್ ಮಲ್ತದ್ದು ಅಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಅವು ಕಲ್ಪದು
15 ವರ್ಷ ಅವೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ.
I didn't feel that the time had passed. At Orshand, what I got was the love of the people. Plus, in the duration of that time, many of these youngsters, not only from my basketball team, even the people who were from the high school team, PU team, and some of the other sports, they used to come and discuss with me, chat some of the
Okay.
issues. Apaka inke gottandu, I have to stay aligned with the youth. Panda, it's one thing to go outdated. Okay,
Very
aita
true.
baka ireg you can just guess and judge the people
Yeah,
around
people around you.
to get to know inside out. Aita ulai inkulu podanda, you have to interact with the generation, you have to be close to them, you should understand the know-hows. Aita baka I decided I will just stay here, okay, and also start something because I'm capable of doing it.
Okay.
Okay, plus coaching basketball teams is all about management. Okay, coaching a degree team akleg abc ku kalpod bandijji, you just have to
There are strong minds again. Yeah.
control their egos, show them the team spirit. Okay, management and business and plus mentoring came out of nowhere. Obviously I will talk more about it as and when you ask me.
Okay.
Yes.
So alternate ಶುರು ಆಯ್ನ ಜರ್ನಿ ಇತ್ತ ಇನಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ದ ಒಂಜಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ನಡತೊಂದುಂಡು. ಯು ಬೀನ್ ಮೆಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇತ್ತ ಯಾನ್ ಎಕಡೆ ಪಂಡೆ ಜನರಲಿ ಇಂದು ಬತ್ತಿಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಜನಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ ಬೇರೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಈರೆ ಇತ್ತೆ ಕಡೆ ಇನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಒಂಜಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಉಂಡು. ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಅ ಮೆಂಟರ್.
Yes.
ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್.
Yes.
ಇತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಂಕ್ ಆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ as ಮೈ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ತೂನಾಗ ಒಂಜಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ರೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ಸ್ ಉಂಡಿತ್ತೆ. ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ವಿಚಾರ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಇತ್ತೆ ಒಂಜಿ ರೈಸ್ ಉಂಡು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆತ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಗತ್ಯ ಉಂಡು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇತ್ತೆ ಜನಕ್ಕುಲು ಗ್ರೋ ಆಂದುಪ್ಪನ ಪೇಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿತ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಟು ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಬೊಕ್ಕ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್
Okay.
ನೆತ್ತರ ಅಡ್ಡ ಐತ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್.
Basically I will tell you the difference. Itte counseling is a whole different aspect. Itte why I am telling you this is counseling must ವರ್ಷಡ್ದುಂಡು. Okay, it has been happening from a long time.
Yes.
Okay, ಅವು may not be from professional counselors per se. ಅವು religious counselors ಬಂದು they talk about
Okay.
themselves as counselors. There is different ways people counsel others.
Yeah.
Right, the whole aspect is to listen to people. The counseling, the whole and soul is the counselor can sit quietly, give that environment for the person to open up. Okay, those things which they can confide, whether they would do it with the parents or not is a totally different thing.
ಓಕೆ.
Akilda ken, the first thing which a counselor has in his ethos is listening.
ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್.
Okay, dayapanda itte if you ask me what do you want more out of a person who you confide with, it is not solutions. People want you to talk.
ಕನ್ಸೋಲ್ ದೆಮ್ ಅಕ್ಲೆ ಒಂಜ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್.
Yes, like peace of mind barodan. The first option is to open up and think there are no strings attached to me. I will exactly speak out enna tare
Manasu ದಾದೊಂಡವೆನ್, yes.
dada nadutundundu, what is troubling me. I will open up.
ಬೇತಕಲ್ಡ ಪಂಡ್ರ ಒಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯನ್
Yes.
ಪಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂಜಿ ಜನ ಬೋಡು
Dayak
who you
panda.
have confidence on.
We have trust issues.
Yeah.
We have trust issues, panda. You can talk to a friend, you can have a drink with them, you can sit on the car and discuss from day in day out. Okay, but there is a therapy in your friends. Itte nikul with the friends, whoever it is, gents or ladies, when they sit in their groups. The other day I was sitting with people who itte 15 ವರ್ಷದ ಯಾನ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ತಿಕ್ಕದಿನ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಂಜಿ 2 ಜನ ಇಂಚೆ ಇತ್ತರ ಬಂಡ ವಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್.
Okay.
Okay, but one person came from Australia. We hadn't met from a long time together, obviously alone tikkada same inkle gonji nostalgic
15 ವರ್ಷ ದುಂಬು
ದುಂಬು
ಎಂಚಾಯ್ತು ಅಂಚೆನೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್
And for your information, these were the people who I have done my first standard with. I'm 40 years of age now.
ಓಹ್
So it's 34,
almost
35
34
years.
35 years of gap.
ಅವು ಇರ್ ಕುಲ್ದು ಪಾತಿರ್ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ ವಿಲ್
The trust to confide in a person.
ಎಸ್.
Yeah.
ಐತ ಬಕ್ಕ ಒಂದು ಈತೋಸ್ ಸಿಂಚಿನ ಪನ್ಪೊಂಡು ಬಂಡ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ದ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿಲ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಬೀನ್ಸ್. ಅವು ಎರಡಂಡಲ್ಲ ಅವಡ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಟು ಸೇ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಏಡ್, ದೇರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಎನಿ ಒನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಯ್ತ ಬಕ್ಕ ಇರ್ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗೊಂಜಿ ಥೆರಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಅಕ್ಲೆಗೊಂಜಿ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೊರ್ಪಾರು ಇಜ್ಜಂಡ ಎಂಚಿನಂಡಲ ಒಂಜಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊರ್ಪಾರು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್. ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್. ಮೆಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಚಿನ ಬಂಡ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ.
Okay.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಇತ್ತೆ ಈರೆಗೊಂಜಿ 13 ವರ್ಷದ ಏರಂಡಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಬತ್ತೇರು. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. ವೆನ್ ಐ ಸೇ ನೋ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಅಕಲ್ಡ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಅಬಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು. ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಅರಿವು ಉಪ್ಪುಜಿ ಎಂಡ ಒಂದು ಉಂಡು. ಆಲ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಒನ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಓಕೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್, ಟ್ರೈ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು, ಶಾಲೆಡ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು, ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು. ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಉಂಡು, ಈ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೇರೋಡಂಡ ವಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಪೋವಲಿ, ವಾ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಪೋವಲಿ, ಏತ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋಡು. ಓಕೆ, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಡೂ ಇರ್ನ DAT ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು, ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು, ಇರ್ನ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಇಫ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್, ಇತ್ತೆ ಯಾನು ಒಂಜಿ 10th PUC ಉಪ್ಪುನಾಗ ದೆರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಬೂಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ಮ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ಬೂಮ್. I can tell you, year pura generation the engineers atirtule, they have become millionaires now.
Akulette tuondu pere.
Millionaires atir.
Yes.
They have reached somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone is some CEO, some MD of some multinational firm. Medicine la itte ennottige kaltinakulu, they are the top brass doctors here. Kelaver abroad poter, they are doing really well. All parts of the world do ler. Kudla mast jana uller. I keep meeting them very often. Kushi apuninchina manna ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಉಡ boom ಇತ್ತು. ಬಕ್ಕ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಎಂಚಿನ ಅನ್ಪಂಡ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ. ಇತ್ತೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆ್ಯಟ್ ನಿಕ್ಲೆಂತು ದೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಾಸ್ಪಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಯಾನ್ಲ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ ಎಂಕ್ಲ ಮಿತ್ತು ಬರೋಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾನ್ಲ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಷನರ್ ಅಂಡ ಹಿಂಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಉಪನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೂ. ಇದು ಒಂಜುಪನ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ ಅ ಬಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಉಪನ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಉಪನ್ ನಿಕ್ಲ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ನಿಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋನಾಟ್ ಅವಡಂಡ most of them cannot even be able to afford that.
Yeah.
Because it involves
everything comes with a price in Panper.
Yes. Nikle confidence koroli. Nik avoli pand confidence koroli. Financial backing help malpoli. But in the end of the day, this person should not be given false hope.
So I have a classic example. Enna onji friend loan detide. Avu course maltide. Itte bele dikidan. But even now, ಒಂಜಿ ಬೇಜಾರ್ದಾದ ಬಂದಾಗ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಬಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಯಾನ್ ಲೋನ್ ಕಟ್ಟೊಂದುಲ್ಲ ಯಾನ್ ಆತು ಬೆಂಡ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆವಡು ಲೈಫ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆವಡು ಎನ್ನಿದ್ಲ ಈತ್ ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಲೋನೇ ಕಟ್ಟೊಂದುಲ್ಲ.
ಎಸ್, ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ. ಐಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಪುನ ಕೊಲ್ಬೋಡು. ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪಾತ್ರ ನಂಗೆ ಎಂಜನ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಇದರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಯಸ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಯಾನ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪೆ ಅಕುಲ್ ಇಂಕ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಜನ ಬರ್ಪೇರು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಕುಲ್ ಎಂಚಿನಂಡಲ್ ಮಲ್ಪಾಡು ಯಾನ್ ಬತ್ತಿನ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಕುಲ್ ಬರ್ಪುನ ಬಡ್ಚಿ ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಟೈಮುಡು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಕೊರ್ಪುನ ಅಕುಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಜೇರು ನಿಕ್ಕ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಕೊರ್ಪುನ ಅಕುಲ್ಲೇರು ಎಂಕುಲುಲ್ಲ ಆ
ಕಾಲ ಇಂಚೆಜ್ಜಂಡು ಇತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕಾಲ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆತಂಡು. ಸೊ
ಅವು ಬಾಯಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು ಇಜ್ಜಂಡ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪೋಂಡ ಕೆಲವರಿ ಅಂತೂತೆ PUC'ಡ್ ದುಂಬು ಇರ್ನ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬತ್ತಿ ಬಕ್ಕ ಲೈನ್ ಉಂತು ನಿಂತಾರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ದು ಸೀಟ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆದ್ ಬೋಪುಂಡು. ಕೆಲವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪನ್ಪೇರು ನಿಕ್ಕಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಂಡ ಬಕ್ಕ ಬಲೆ
ಎಂಕುಲು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ಪುನೇಟಲ್ಲ ಓ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸೇರ್ ನನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ಪೂಜಿ
ಎಂಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ
ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಉಂತುನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಐ ಎಂಕ್ ಇತ್ರ ನೆನಪುಂಡು ಎಲ್ಎಸ್ ದ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಲೈನ್ ಉಂತುನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಪ ಎರಾನ್ಲ ಬತ್ತದ ಬಾಕಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಓ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ದೆತೊನ್ನು
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಯಾನ್ಲ ತೂತೆವು ದಯಪಂಡ ಯಾನ್ ಬತ್ತಿನಿ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ PCMB. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಡೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 10th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ ಬಕ್ಕ ಲೈನ್ ಇಡ್ ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಇತ್ತೇರು ಬನ್ನಾಗ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಪೇರು. PCM ಬರೆದಾತನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಎಂಚಿನ ಬರೆದಾತ S E B ಗೊತ್ತಿಜಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂಚಿ ಎಂಚೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದುಲೆ ಅವೇ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ 3 ಜನ ಬರೆದು ಹೋಯರು ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆದ ಬತ್ತೇರು. ಇತ್ತೆ ಎಂಚಿನ ಹಾಪುಂಡು ಪಂಡ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್. ಅವು ಹರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಪೋತಿನ ಅಕುಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಜನ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು.
ಓಕೆ,
ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ. If the engineers award medicine, there is oversupply.
Oversupply.
So when there is oversupply, obviously people will get paid less. When there are a lot of people doing the same thing, no one will become rich. Everyone will stay mediocre or become poor.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two. Itte myth ittinakul crop campus placements battinakle they'll become the poster boys or poster girls of the college. Okay, akle gonji lucrative offer tikkun. Maybe next 2% 3% will give lucrative offers. Betakul will there'll be a huge gap.
Correct.
ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಗೊಂಜಿ 30 LPA ತಿಕ್ಕಂಡ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ 5 LPA ತಿಕ್ಕೋಜಿ ಇತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ ಅದು ಬತ್ತಿನಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಲೋರ್ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಟೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಇಜ್ಜರ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ ನಿಕುಲ್ ಎನ್ಮ ತಿಂಗಳು ಬೇಲೆ ಮಲ್ಲೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ಪ ಅಂಚಿನ ಹೋಪ್ ತಂದು ಪೋಪುನಕಲು ಉಲ್ಲೇರು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್, ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್, ವೆನ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್, that was more a part of mentoring. Plus, mentoring panda just you can't confine it to the child.
Correct.
You will also have to align with the parents, talk to them, okay, and give them a structure as to how to think logically rather than judge people or give them opinions which are pushed on them. So I thought, if not me, then who will do it? Okay, if I could come out with a concept which was not clashing with counseling. Obviously, a lot of what we do is counseling. Okay, but it is not the counseling that others do as a profession. Okay, our MA award, MSc counseling award, we don't enter that territory. Plus clinical popuna option ittunda panda kelaverinkle barperu when we do mentoring. Instantly we figure out that this is not a cup of tea because they are not able to take what we say.
Okay.
So clinical counseling is the only way to do it. We guide them there. Plus the mentoring option is itte irige medicine the ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ knowledge board. I can't sit and profess about that.
Okay.
I can tell the pushing part. Itte nikle enchina board, enchina qualities board. The know-hows of a medicine only a medicine practitioner can tell you.
Can tell you, yeah.
Aita challenges ಬೇತೆ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು. A surgeon
To guide
yes.
them to that route is what you're doing.
Yes, a surgeon's job description and the challenges of a surgeon only a surgeon can
will
tell
know.
you.
Yes.
It is very different from a physician. A gynecologist and a pediatrician will have different challenges.
Again, yeah.
A dermatologist will have a different challenge. Aita ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ you have to
Particular
send
subject the ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ
Proficiency board up.
proficiency board up.
So we push them to these directions who can give them the best option. So I came out with a holistic approach, okay, not leaving anything, no age bar, okay, no top ceiling, no bottom ceiling,
Okay.
nothing. So it has worked wonders for many of them. Especially for me, I get to learn a lot from this.
So now when need pura patarnaga parents gav, how do we detect this and what is the age to detect? Early detect manpoli. Or maybe akulu detect manpare try mantade bete dadana detect manpana chintana chances lo undu.
Okay, ಕೆಲವು ದಾದಾಪುಂಡು ಬಂಡ we find that the parenting has changed over a long time. Itte ದುಂಬದ parenting ಇತ್ತಂತಲೇ it was more of retro parenting. Itte one slap would change everything. Okay, the child will not take offense because of the respect and the fear they had towards the parents. Itte is becoming a huge challenge because there's a lack of communication.
Very important.
Okay, itte ammer baleda patiruji because they don't want any bad blood. Itte yan pateranda 19-20 avu. Itte yan paternaga onchur bejaranda ammagle bejarav magagle bejarav enna ammere gamme appagle bejarav. Okay, yan parenting banda there is nothing called perfect parenting now. Okay, there are variables, different type of people, different households.
So
If you go back 15 years, what is good and what is bad was the same in all the households, barring one or two here and there.
only set indu inchene uppodundu itta.
Itte there are no protocols, there are no rules. So what is perfectly all right in one household may not be all right in another household. Itte dadapun banda when children show some behaviors like paterujir, okay, like they will show distance, room would be there barpujir, okay, completely consumed by the phones. Okay, obviously that's a totally different topic. I can get back to that later. Itte enna balada future the ಬಗ್ಗೆ itte none of the parents, most of the parents, I can say none of them, most of the parents don't want the children to go stray. I kakul they will try to support you as much as they can. That is what Indian society is all about. Okay, our time bannaga the crucial juncture wherein they have to communicate to get what is in the mind of the children. Children are not ready to open up. Aita bakka akilna challenge is okay, what is in his mind? Is he normal? Is he all right? I can try and test you as much as I can, but most of the children nowadays are misunderstood. ಮಸ್ತ್ ಜನ ಇತ್ತೆ ಜೆನ್ ಜಿ ಪನ್ಪ ಜೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪನ್ಪ ಓಕೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್
So, that is my question actually. But misunderstood
Yes.
the ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇನಿ ಜೋಕುಲು ಅಂತ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ಲ ಉಳ್ಳೇರು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗಿತ್ತೆ ದುಂಬುದಲ್ಲ ಕೊವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ಪೊಡೊಂದಾಂಡ ಒಂಜಿ ಜಾಗೆಗೆ ಪೋದು ಕಲ್ಪೊಡೊಂದಿಜ್ಜಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಬತ್ತದ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಡೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಕಲ್ಪನಕಲು ಉಳ್ಳೇರು ಅತನ ಬೇತೆ ಬೇತೆ ವಿಷಯ ಅಂತದ್ದು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆದ ಐತ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಕಲ್ಪನಕಲು ಉಳ್ಳೇರು ಸೊ ಇರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಬಂಡರ್ ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವೇನು ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ತೊಂದುಲ್ಲರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವರ ಓವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆವೊಂದುಂಡ
ಓಕೆ
ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಂಚ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮನ್ಪುನು ಅಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕಲ್ನ ನಡುಟು
ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಂಡ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಯಾನ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಐಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಯೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಇರು ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಪಾತಿರಿಂಡ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಶೋ ಮಿ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಿದಿನ್
ಯಾ
ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ has got nothing to do with the outcome.
ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಗಳ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳ ದಾಲ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಚ್ಚಿ
ಈಜಿ ಇರ್ನ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿಗ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗ್ಲ ದಾಲ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಜ್ಜಿ
ಓಕೆ
ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಓವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್
ಯಾ
ಇತ್ತೆ ಎನ್ನಡ ಫುಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಉಂಡು ಎನ್ನಡ ಮೆಚೂರಿಟಿ ಉಂಡು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಸೀನ್ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಡಸನ್ ನೋ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕುಲ್ದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾತ್ರನ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಓಕೆ ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ he will say, I have got the confidence to go and speak. I will do something. Enk fear of failure ijji. I'll give you an example, Mr. Kapil Dev. Okay, you would have heard a lot of stories coming from different people.
Yes.
Itte, areg one thing he couldn't do is speak English properly.
English.
Okay, but his confidence was sky high. Okay, so he did not bother. He just saw whether this is the stage, all podu kullunu, all mic undu. Okay, I will say whatever I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so even Usain Bolt, itte kelaver panper he is overconfident one. Okay, the way he runs his race, okay, 9.69 100 meters dash over.
That's confidence.
Yes, that is confidence. When he smiles, when he taps his chest, when he finishes his line,
That is
okay,
his confidence, yeah.
he knows that he is 10 meters away from the rest of the pack. Okay, the way he loves his game. Itte Lionel Messi, football gobbunaga. Okay, he doesn't do tricks
Yes.
to make a mockery out of people. He does tricks to avoid himself from the defender and score his goal.
Yeah, he's only confined to his goal. Arna ಬೇಲೆದಾದೊಂಡು ಐಕ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಲ್ತೊಂದು
Yes.
ಐಕ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪಡೊಂದುಲ್ಲೆ
So this whole thing about overconfidence doesn't exist. Either your son or daughter is confident or not. The question is, what are you doing to improve or disapprove the confidence that he has?
ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಎಂಡ ಪನ್ಪುಲಕನೆ ಕೆಲವು ಜನ ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಚ ಕುಲ್ದು ಬಡಿದ್ನ ಪಾತ್ರ ಅಂಡ ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಗೆ ಪೋದು ಮೈಕಡ್ ಪಾತ್ರ ಅವಂದನ್
And
ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ
irna piravadu irna pappa ijana amma battunda irna confidence onte down upon hands and legs will start shivering, not because they don't support you. You are thinking to get their approval. Ite yan ponaga enna nakul ellerdu tuter as an infant
ಅಂದು
akul ennan confidently paterna tudujir. Obviously when I came here, before I came here, I took my father's blessings and came. He dropped me home and I do that every time. Yan enchina vishaya ponagala itte elli avadu mallavadu. Okay, whatever it is, I seek his blessings and come, because I know he'll be the most critical person if I do something wrong. He'll never tap my back and say, okay, well done son.
ಓಕೆ
He will say, you could have done this and that better. But by now I have learned that itte shop dandala, when something goes wrong, when I lose my temper at times, it tells me cool down, because that is the problem we have, right? We are very temperamental in
yes
this.
very temperamental
Yeah.
ಬ್ರಪ್ಪ
He calms me down. Probably when he was ಆರನ ಏಜ್ ಎನ್ನ ಏಜ್ ಆದುಪ್ಪನಾಗ he would have been the same.
ಸೇಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಯಾ
And his father would have done the same thing to me. So when you're asking me about confidence, it has got nothing to do with the outcome, nothing to do with the ability.
ಓಕೆ
Okay, overconfidence doesn't exist. You can take it from me.
ದೇರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಥ್ಲೀಟ್ಸ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಯು ಬೇತೆ ಬೇತೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಜನಕ್ಕೂ ಬರ್ಪೇರು ಸೊ ಇನ್ನಿತ್ತ ಯಂಗ್ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ದಾದೊಂಡು ಯೂತ್ ದಾದೊಂಡು ಅಕಲ ಒಂಜಿ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇತ್ತ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾತಿರ್ಲಕ್ಕ ದುಂಬುದಕಲ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಬೇತೆತ್ತನು ಇತ್ತದ ಯೂತ್ ದ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಬೇತೆನುಂಡು ಸೊ ಒವ್ವು ಒಂಜಿ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕುಲ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆ ಒಂದು ಇಜ್ಜಿಂದಿರಗೆ ಎನ್ನುಂಡು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್
Okay, there are many things. Okay, to put it plainly, one thing they don't understand is the silence. Okay, silence can mean many things.
Yeah, and I have seen ಮನಿಪಂದ ಕುಲ್ದಿನ ಬಾಲ್ ಎತ್ತನಂದ ಪಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ನೆರ್ಪುನ ದಾಯ ಮನಿಪಂದ ಕುಲ್ದ ಪಾತೆರ್ಲ
ಅಂದ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಅಪುಜಿ
ಆ
ಇತ್ತೆ
ಏತ್
ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ
ಪಾತೆರ್ವ
ಇತ್ತೆ when I say silence, they are consumed by something, either mentally or either because you have a device in your hand which you call phone. Itte what has happened is
mostly it is the phone.
when there is a generational shift, it's a generation to generation, it's a Gen Z award, Gen Alpha award, these are plain terms which are come.
Yes.
I konja time frame la korter 1995 to 2000. No, that doesn't exist.
Millennials are Gen
It's
Z.
not like suddenly 2013 came and people became Gen
Change,
Alpha.
yeah.
Anchat. Okay, these are dramatic shifts which happen over time.
Yeah.
Okay, itte your phone ponaga, when you are looking at the phone, okay, you are silent. Okay, irada year andala battadu question kenir. First thing is because you're so involved in that, ire kenuji batirina. Okay.
Ira silence set ಅದು ಕುಲ್ದ
Back in those days, if you did not respond to your father, you would have got left and right. Ate.
100%.
Now you'll have to shout it out 2-3 times. Okay, just to get the attention. Okay, itte silent adupwar, the whole package is on the phone. Your entertainment, your studies. Okay, irna itte inchinandala irek services board phone undu, your payments,
Yeah.
your investments, everything. Okay,
ಇತ್ತದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇತ್ತದ ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್
Yes.
ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಪುನ ಒಂದು ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್
Yes.
ಟೀಚರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್
Pratyunj.
ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ
So you
ಫೋನ್
can't live without that. We have to take that into account.
ಓಕೆ
Okay, that doesn't mean there is something wrong with your children. Okay, the only thing which you need to check is try to get responsibility from their end. Okay, when they are doing these things, make sure they keep a tab on the screen time themselves.
Okay.
I'm talking about the older ones.
ಓಕೆ
Young children, obviously, phone is a complete no-no.
what age group at
until
least?
the age of 14 to 15, I would say don't give them the phone.
14 to 15
Yes, for this age. You have to be
ಯಾನ್
very practical.
ಇನ್ನಿತ ಕಾಲಡ್ ಫೋನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತೂಪುನೆ ಒಂಜಿ ವರ್ಷದ ಬಾಲದ ಕೈ
I understand that. Yankla, I got a toddler, so I know how
Yeah.
easy it is to keep him quiet with the phone.
ಇಡೀ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಕೈಟ್ ಕೊರ್ಜಿಂದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪನ್ಪರ್ ಇತ್ತ ಈರ್ ಪನ್ಪರ್ ಜಾನ್ ಸರ್ ಫೋನ್ ಕೊರೊಚ್ಚಿನ್ ಎನ್ನ ಬಾಲೆ ಫೋನ್ ಕೊರ್ಜಿನ ಉನ್ ಪುಜಿ
And aw apun dayapanda, it is up to
ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಂತಿನ ಕುಲೇರನ್ಲ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್
yes, from day one. Ee encha systematize malpar, you have to follow that route. Itte to be very honest with you, itte yan ijjanda enna amma ijjanda enna pappa mummy, we stay in a joint family, right? I call to hate a joint family. Okay, itte main vishaya dadapanda enna mage, whoever it is, they'll say don't touch the phone when you're talking to me.
ಓಕೆ
Phone paatirodchi, I may be having a discussion with
Inna
one of my
mage
client.
banponu.
Enna mage inkle batu,
ಮೂಜಿ ವರ್ಷದ
keep your phone down.
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್
Yes.
Yeah.
You have showed him that this is not something
Which is right.
to be there by when the family bonding is going on. Ayana time bannaga he watches some videos when we show them. Okay. Ninna video Instagram by them just tula. We show him, that's it. But he ensures that we switch it off in course of time. 1 gante screen time tikun, that is also TV he watches in the night.
Okay.
Dayapanda we don't want him to lag behind anything. Okay, so this is to do with that. But I was also going to tell you, itte irna prayada papa or mummy or akle gonji phone dettu korle, give them all the apps that are there. They will get more addicted to the phone than your child.
ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್
So it's not the problem with the generations. So as to
ದುಂಬು
say.
ಜೋಕುಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಪರಣ ದುಂಬು ಜೋಕುಲ್ ಕುಲ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇತ್ತೆ ವಿ ಸಿ ಆರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್
And they'll do exactly the same thing that you are doing. You sit quiet and just watch your parents. They will do the same.
ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್
Yes.
ಸೊ ಇತ್ತೆ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಡೂ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ದ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್
In what regards?
in terms of itte purala phone uda ondundu you need to have a tab, you need to have a phone in order to learn something school uda necessary athundu so ijina kudonje enchina vishaya barnaga technology it develop athundu so you need to catch up with technology uppunda again.
Yes.
And there's also a line which says use technology in the right way, but there is no rule book which has said what is right.
Like threshold inchina
Yes.
no one can define.
Yeah.
The only thing is you can self-regulate. Itte artificial intelligence barondundu. The con of artificial intelligence is lack of natural intelligence. ite mostly you are younger to me,
Yes,
obviously.
yes, yes.
9 to 8
Yeah,
years younger
irna
to me.
wife la alla
Yes,
we are batchmates.
yes,
Rochelle and me are
yeah.
batchmates.
And
Yeah,
my wife and have 9 years
we are
9 years of age
batchmates and
difference.
we do the same job again.
Yes,
Both are MCs. Yeah,
exactly. So we all have phones, isn't it? Itte ವಿಷಯದಾದ ಪಂಡ when we are engrossed by something, itte what is necessary I konji category malpun. What is not necessary for me I konji nanonji category maltana. There are a lot of things which are not necessary. Itte irna phone app undu. Okay, there are millions of apps.
yeah.
Okay, you'll only use the
Ones
apps
which
which are
are useful, which is
useful
necessary
to you.
for me. Yeah,
Yes, irna phone bannaga irna phone already installed apps upun. Out of the 90% you don't use.
correct.
Okay, itte our norm anda. If at all you are using everything by its merits, there's nothing wrong. But the thing is, when you are using a less amount of brain, over a course of time your brain's capacity is going to go down.
Gone.
Okay, itte capacity down ayi kodlinchinapundo you can't show the reactions, you can't show the maturity that you should be showing. How ire gottabuji when you're talking to someone more sane and they discuss with you, and you can't stay without looking down, fidgeting around with your pockets, searching for your phone. It is a very destructive way of socializing. Iragite socialize malpare apuji. People
Correct.
are not capable of striking a conversation for more than 2 or 3 sentences with anyone.
Correct.
Okay, they will rather go somewhere and spend time with their phone. Avu regulate malpuna vari, we have to self regulate. Avu malpare irregla apuji. No one can define it either.
Okay. Let's move on to the very important aspect. Jokul pressure to learn. Inta joke like must pressure on. They have to catch up with a lot of things. But enna prakara joke the jasti parents the malla pressure to learn because you know the parents today have a lot of dreams. Dumbula ittune, but today I see a lot of parents saying a lot of things like enna kaladundu malpar aichi. Enna maganla ven malpodun. So, do you feel this is affecting? Imbalance dada undu.
Apundu in many households it does happen, but yan tuir prakara recently they have also realized that it has gone wrong. Okay, because we are talking about a generation of 30-40 years. Okay, ite yenna generation bannaga that was very evident. Maybe 10 years from there it became very evident. Now the thing is ite pura profession todi the parents nagala profession sadarna pura well educated adupper.
Correct.
Okay, some of them are holding very high
Good
positions in the
positions,
company.
yes.
Okay, ite aklega no as gottupun akal employees batat patirno, they talk in their quality circles patirdupunaga akleg, they don't want their children to get deprived of anything. Okay, obviously parents don't want their children to fall apart.
Stray off and do something
Fall
else.
apart.
Yes, yes.
Either one child or two children ಮೂಜಿ ಜನ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಜೋಕುಲು ಪೇರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಕ್ಲೆಗಿತ್ತೆ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರೋದಂಡ ವಿತ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಇಂಚಿನ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಅಕಲ್ನ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಪೂಜಿ ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ. Some of them work in shifts which are not aligning with each other.
Yeah. Mother
Okay.
and the father.
Mother
Yes.
and the father.
Yes.
Sometimes even if they insist on work from home is very traumatic. Okay, ಮಸ್ತ್ ಜನ ಪಂದುಪೇರ ನಿಕ್ಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಡದೆ ಬೇಲೆ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಾರಿಬಲ್. Okay,
Our atmosphere, first of all, set up bele malpare.
Apuji, and there are a lot of distractions. Earlier there was a saying, don't get your work back home.
Now
You're working from home. Okay, so there are certain things that don't align well with that. Okay, with the parental pressure barpunepa, you see someone else, okay, of the same profile, similar age group, same circles. Itengul socialize malpunaga, we hardly socialize with relatives. It has got its own pro and con.
Yes.
Okay, we socialize with people of our same similar circles. Okay, MDs nakul pura bank the MDs, CMDs
Aklane onji group udu.
Okay, don't breach their barriers. Okay, ಕೆಲವೇರ್ನ ಒಪ್ಪುಂಡು ಮಿಡಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದ ಸಂಜೆದು ಪೋದು ಯಾನ್ ತೂಪೆ ಮಂಗಳ ಶಿಡೆ ಎಂದಲ್ಪ ಅವರ ಕುಲ್ಲುದು ಪುರ ಪಾತೆರೊಂದು ಪೇರು. ಓಕೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿದ ಇಂಚಿನ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಉಂಡು ಅವೆನ್ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್
Discuss maltonda resolve maltonda.
ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಇತ್ತೆ
Elaborate on the competition in the conversation.
Yeah.
Now what ರೀತಿ
ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಂಡ ಇತ್ತೆ someone is going to a certain country, for
Okay.
example Canada, okay, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, ಆ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಪೂರ ಪೋತ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇತ್ತೆ ಇಫ್ ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ 10th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಯು, ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಿ ಯು, already enna plan malta adan. Okay, I have made my investments, I have kept FD or whatever in the bank itte akul avul pod pandiyan already aklek program malta apun
ರೆಡಿ ಆದು ಪರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ.
ready ad dayapanda. If you don't do that, you will be deprived of something. Mool ittinda there are a lot of issues. Okay, one thing is it's not very easy to get a job that you want which will pay you well. Obviously of a high category nikul IITs NITs pura pide battanda, IIM pide battanda.
ಅವು ಅವು ಒಂಜಿ ಸಾರಡು ಒಂಜಿ.
That is a different category.
Yeah.
You know of the success stories, but you don't realize how many people get depressed.
ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಪಚ್ಚಿ.
ಎಸ್. ಇರ ಖಾಲಿ ಅಲ್ಪದ ಒಂಜಿ ಅವು ಫೋಟೋ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಮಾತ್ರ.
Because difficult stories never come on Instagram.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಕಷ್ಟೋಡು ಮಿತ್ತು ಬತ್ತಿನ ಒಪ್ಪುಂಡು, ಕಷ್ಟೋಡೆ ಇತ್ತದ ತಿರ್ತು ಪೋಯಿನಕ್ಲ
ಅವು ಲೈಕ್ ಬಂಗಾಡ ಇತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಗ ಅಂತ ಪನ್ಪುಜೆ, ಬಟ್ ಬಂಗಾಡದ ಮಿತ್ತು ಬತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಗ ಬತ್ತದ ಇತ್ತು ಬಂತೆ ಬಟ್ ಆ ಬಂಗನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮನ್ಪುಜೆ
ಅನ್ ಬಕ್ಕ. ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ someone will speak about their wives and everyone will start speaking about their wives. Wives will speak about their husbands. Okay, ಬಕ್ಕ ಇಲ್ಲಡ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕ್ಕಲು ಎರಡಲ್ಲ ಅಕ್ಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕುಲೆಗ್ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಕಡಬುಡಿಯರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋಲೋ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಈ ಜಂಡ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಜೋಕುಲ್ 18 years 19 years ಅಕ್ಕುಲ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಥಾಯ್ಲೆಂಡ್ ಪೋಯಾರು, ಬಾಲಿ ಪೋಯಾರು. ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕ್ಕಲ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಪನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೇರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಕ್ಕ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಲ್ಪೊನ್ ಇರೆಗ್ ಯು ಮೇ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಫೆಮಿಲಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್.
we just discussed that.
Okay,
so today I see ini antu dumbu birthday banna gonji cake matra avu illa cut mantana naandu onji keladu happy
ಬಾರಿ ಖುಷಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವೇ ಯಾವ ಇತ್ತು
ಅವಳು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪೂರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಂಚತ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ಡೇ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬಾಲೆಗ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಅರ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೋಸ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದ ಎಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್.
Okay, obviously you are doing it for your children. Okay, but if it's giving you fulfillment, malple, no problem. If the child is happier, then what it is. Okay, if the child is having a very good time after a long time with the family, with the circles, it's okay. But to be competitive about it, obviously when I speak about this, many people may take offense also. Okay, but this is the reality which is what I'm sharing. Away ite threshold bar ad ponaga, the expectations also will rise
up. Yes,
into a different degree. Expectation rise anaginchina apundu people become materialistic. World battanda, then you are also wanting to have a lot of things which you should not
not
be
just people, we can say parents and kids, they become materialistic also.
Yes, so it runs around in the family. It becomes your ecosystem aibaka. You have to stay with that flow. So somewhere down the line someone will bear the brunt of that.
Okay,
is what I think.
okay, so parenting the ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ, so which is very important. Ini parenting enna prakara has become a trend. So irtuವಿನ ಮಟ್ಟಡೆ unhealthy trends of parenting and inita kaladu, a lot of parents come to you, a lot of students come to you. So iraga tunaga nesha endu incha ondu undan eni nanchina ai nanchina examples. What are the new unhealthy trends?
Unhealthy trends panduna badlu I will just go and keep it as simple as this. Most people try to be very cool with the children. Okay, itte parents complaint bannaga ಶಾಲೆಡ್ ಎಂಚಿನಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಬರ್ಪೋನು. None of the children are petrified. ಪೋಡಿಗೆ ನೆಜ್ಜಿ one more trend.
But apna kudonji saying undate onji parent friend adu podu baleg, and I think they are trying to follow that.
Maybe at a particular age.
Yes.
Not from 4, 5, 6. Okay, dumbencha itten panda when we were growing up, not to glorify our times, there was checks and balances. Itte parents would have consensus.
Yes.
Itte daddy pantina mummy breach malpujar. He may be saying something right, she may be saying something right, but when it comes to discussions, okay, itte daddy inchinalla rules follow malpare panna. Okay, mom used to support that. Maybe they will go back to the bedroom and discuss it over.
Yes.
Okay,
akal natige discuss maltadi barunde.
What I have seen is sometimes there's a tendency to show that I am more right than my partner. Itte joke let smart to lear panda, they can peripherally hear you.
Yes,
can peripherally, I can see that with my toddler. Enchina pater or they'll just pick it up.
They'll pick it up. Jokul mast sharp adavene.
They'll pick it up. Another thing is being too critical about others. Itte baale batat complaint pandi illadu. Amma I incha malte enna bully malte. No one will ask what you did. Enchina malta, they will never do it. Okay, they will go directly to the other parents or speak over a phone, send a WhatsApp message and say, look, your son or daughter did this. Okay, we'll have
that gives the confidence to the kid to do more wrong things maybe tomorrow.
He may be right,
Yeah.
He may have completely come and honestly said that such a thing is happening. You have to take it into account. There's no doubts about that. First thing, interrogate your son or daughter. Ask them what happened actually.
Okay.
Take their story properly. Then you can go and discuss this openly with the other parent.
Other part. Yes.
Okay, so that the son or daughter, your ward, doesn't feel that my opinion or what I said, my complaint has fell into deaf ears. That is one more thing. So it has to be handled very smoothly. Nanonji panda ite parents nakalegitte complaints barpon teacher iddu. Okay, immediately what the parents usually hear, I've seen doing is call another parent and discuss this over the phone in the presence of the
This was
child.
the kid. Yes. Jokonle eduru day discussion.
Don't do that, because the only people who are controlling the children, okay, or so as to say disciplining your children, are those in the school. 7 hours in a day or 8 hours in a day.
Right.
When the complaint comes, okay, you have to go to the teacher or the principal, whoever has opened it up to you, because they may know something that you don't know. In the end, it is the interest of your children which matter. If they didn't care, the complaint would have come.
Yeah.
It is very easy for the teacher to just shut her mouth or his mouth and say nothing.
They're not biased towards anybody. They
Yes.
want that growth to happen, and
Growth
then
to
when
happen.
there's something going wrong, that's why they come and
Yes.
tell it to you. Yeah.
Now
But
the
in Itakala teacher batancha panda parents bod nirpunaklu irencha enna balegancha
Uller,
panda.
there are ample examples where teachers have come to me. I run free counseling for teachers
Okay.
from town time and again. So when they come to me and say these things, it is very difficult, because you're telling them to do a job by tying their hands and feet behind their backs. Itte panpuna koliyere dumbudla teachers, they complain. They
Yes.
give feedback, and the feedback that you should want is the real feedback. You don't want sugar
Something
coated.
sugar coated.
Sugar-coated.
Namke vaste vola feedback.
Because we are paying huge amount of money, okay, as fees. The fees are supposed to be given to the school just to make sure they give you a decent product
Correct.
back. It is their responsibility to tell you what is going wrong, check and balance it. Okay, whatever they say in the school has to be implemented at home as well. So if you don't do that, there is a mismatch. Okay, discipline barpunu, it has to work all the ways.
360 degrees.
Okay, and there is a tendency where most of the parents these days don't cater to the problem itself.
Examples.
ಇತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವರೆಗಿತ್ತೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು. ಇತ್ತೆ ಎಂಕಲ್ಡ ಬರ್ಪುನಕುಲು ಇಡೆ ಮೂಕು ಮುಟ್ಟ ನೀರು ಬತ್ತಿ ಪಕ್ಕ ಬರ್ಪುನಕುಲು. They will never come before, when they have the signal that something has to be done right. Okay, appaga barpujir. When there is hardly anywhere to go, when someone has gone and attempted suicide 1 or 2 times, you rescued them. Appaga bartadu inchandale sari malple ancha bartadu panpuna uppun. And most of them don't want to listen to problems.
Correct.
This my sister also has told, when she had discussed certain issues with me.
Okay.
Itte battadu taleji nikulna bele, when you are doing it, do it properly. Okay, but that bele avu sari malpodanda nikulna undula sayogala board. The parents have to be in sync with the faculty as
Yes.
well as the counselor.
Yes.
The nikul pannaga, obviously it's not the job. You are not rectifying a machine.
Yeah.
Your son or daughter is not a
Not a
machine.
machine. Yeah.
Okay, they are humans. So when the emotions play a part, you will have to make sure that it all gets aligned in one piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are basic tendencies. So one thing I am detrimental about is I pretty much tell all the parents, don't criticize anyone in the presence of your children.
Children. So ite patarnaga suicidal tendency the ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, and we were discussing yesterday also.
Yes.
This is not a new term in the block. It has been there already before, but there's one term that is also running around saying yang konchu depression yan. ದುಂಬಿರಾಗ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಡಿತ್ತು. ನಿತ್ತೆ ಪೂರ ಜನಕ್ಕೂ ಅಕ್ಕುಲೇ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ಯಾನು ಅಂತ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಆದಿತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸುಸೈಡಲ್ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ನೆಟ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ರೈಸ್ ಉಂಡು, and you see that. What is the cause, main cause maybe for all of this?
There are alarming cases of, one will outrun the other one. Depression cases, they're not very simple, or they're not something which you should not consider. It is a realistic thing which is happening.
But you should consider when you actually have depression.
Yes.
But my point is, when you don't have, you're already considering that you're depressed.
Yes.
And maybe that will have an adverse effect. Aita effect onji better.
Our statement it poi lekka undu. People throw this word depression in the air also, most of the time.
Yes.
And I've also had instances where kids, especially kids of 12, 13, 14 years of age, or even older to them, they pretend to be depressed when
That's
they
what
want
I'm
something.
talking about. Yes.
Itte akle konji phone board. they want an iPhone 17, okay? All they have to do is stay in the room for
ಕೀಪ್
4-5
ಕ್ವೈಟ್
days.
ಒಂಜಿ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಕುಲ್ಲುದು ಒಂಜಿ ನಾಲೈದು ದಿನ
ಯಾನ್ ಶಾಲೆ
ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್
ಪೋಪುಜಿ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಪನ್ಪೇರು ಅವು ಥೆರಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪೋದು ಎಂಕ್ ಇಂಚ ಕೆಂದಿತ್ತೆ ಪನ್ಪೇರು ಡಿಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಬಕ್ಕ ಎಂಕ್ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಪೋರೆ ಬೊಡ್ಚಿ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಥೆರಪಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಚೆಂಜ ಮುಗುಲ್ ಪೋಡಿ ಅದೇ ಪೋಡಿ ಬೈ ಬಕ್ಕ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಪಿಂಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮನ್ಪರ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಇಗ್ನೋರ್
but it is on the rise, that's what I can say. Plus there are people who take advantage of that also.
Okay.
Advantage of the term per se. Oh, I'm depressed, man. I feel very depressed, lonely and everything. You're feeling depressed because of what is happening around you. Get involved with people, you're far better off.
It's not inside you, it's around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is a phase. Depression is a phase. Okay, it's not permanent. You can make it permanent, obvious.
Yeah.
The moment you decide to come out of it, obviously there are ways to come out of it.
Yeah, but people decide to stay in that zone. They feel more comfortable in that
It
zone.
helps.
Maybe
It helps certain people.
it helps during that point of time, but I think in due course of time, aita betane effect upon.
ಬೇತೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು.
ಸಿತ್ತೆ ಈರ್ ಪನ್ಲಕ್ಕನೆ ಜೋಕುಲಿತ್ತೆ ಪೊಪ್ಪಮ್ಮನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದೆ ರೀ ನುಂಬು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೋಡಿ ಒಂದಿತ್ತೆ ಒವೇ ವಿಷಯ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹಿಡ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಾಗ ಬೋಯರ್ಲ ಒಂಚೂರು ಪೋಡಿಗೆತ್ತೀನಿ ಇನಿ ದಾದ ಕಾತದ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರೆಂಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸಿ kids are becoming parents, they are monitoring parents, okay? Technology batti boka maybe ite namala maybe we including us phone ite dumbu onji phone namma pappada potki onji phone detkorlen ite a phone use man punencha enkulakle pandu korpa technology creativity boka emotional openness also is something where kids are monitoring parents, and we just discussed one of the part where
Yes.
panper I don't know but whether it's right to say or not, enna papa enna friend laka enna mummy enna friend laka, to what extent we don't know. So how should parents be responding to this role reversal itte, and aku like adjust ad poda, should they be happy about it or should they think twice about it?
Assessing your child is very important. Ite obviously there are age groups. When we speak about age, you can't associate age only with maturity. Ite eregandala onji 30 years ad 40 years in my case, okay, I cannot say I'm more mature than a 30-year-old. Okay, it comes with the experiences the parents have. It's very important that the parents observe them peripherally.
Okay.
Whoever the child is. It's surveillance panna akalna pirode pun bandat. See what they are doing, what discussions they are having. Okay, how they are speaking to you. Are they speaking to you with concern or are they speaking to you with a little volatility? Are they trying to manipulate you and get their thing every time?
Yeah.
Okay, or even a 16 or 17-year-old may be taking care of her granny, okay, helping the younger brother to do his homework,
yeah.
Okay, and also taking charge of the house at a very young age. Obviously when I see people, when you ask me that question, there are some of them who have risen up in great leaps and bounds, okay, because they have had a very difficult childhood. Okay, if they were very comfortable, we would have been speaking a different story.
They would have been speaking a different area. Yes.
So when a parent, there is a psychological aspect. There is cat's grip approach. There is monkey's grip approach. Okay, cat panda when you're very small, right? When you're a toddler, you have to be carried by a mother. Okay, once you grow up to a certain extent, you will be taking care of yourself. Monkey's grip panda. The child holds on to the mother.
Yeah.
Okay, one phase will come, which is the third one, okay, wherein the child should become a parent. I feel that is the age of 18, or you gain that maturity at the age of 18 or 21, whatever it is. Okay?
When you're exposed to the real world, you know the real world problems and the solutions.
Yes.
Only then.
If you don't do this, you'll be falling behind. Nikkalna growth apaji. There are some 60 or 70-year-olds, as we speak, they don't want to change malparenu bodchi at any cost. Yan it varsha inchane itte, there is no way I will change. I don't want to do something which is totally different from my practices. Okay, at the same time whatever you do looks very odd to me. If you are not going out with your son or daughter at that age, you will not see what is happening around you.
Going out as in to
going out
check.
in the sense, see what is happening.
Yes. Tirgerattu. People are we are not going out pandu nana joklen patton touruk popuna vishayake popuna to go out and check what they're doing, to keep a tab on them.
Yes.
Andu CID bele andattu.
CID bele intelligence
very important. This is very important.
Intelligence bandu jokelegla gottaire balleyo. you're just watching because
ಅವಲ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಜೋಕ್ಲೆಗ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪ ಜೋಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರೋ ಸುರಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಪಪ್ಪ
yes,
ನನ್ನ ಅಮ್ಮ ನನ್ನ ಡೌಟ್
as a son I'm very happy to know that my father checks on me. The day they don't check on me, I should be,
Concerned,
having
worried,
a lot of concern. Something going wrong here. Okay, there's nothing wrong. Even when I grow up, a little more, when I see my son as a teenager, as an adult, I want to be checking him out. I just want to know what he's up to, what he's doing, and also hear from him. I should see if both are aligning.
Yeah, balance board ಅಲ್ಪ.
Balance board. ಇತ್ತೆದ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಇತ್ತೆದ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಏಜ್ಡ್, if you want to know something more, okay, you will have to discuss with your children.
Correct.
You can't go back to school. If you want to learn English better, okay, my father has not studied post-graduation.
Okay.
But he speaks English that people can understand. He can understand things that people speak.
People speak, yeah.
Okay. Where has it come from? It became evident to me when he became my student. Unconsciously.
Yeah.
Class detundi jankul. We were speaking, my sister was doing it as well. Now my wife also.
Yeah.
She also talks a lot. Paterandupunaga
ಇಂಚಿನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಖುಷಿ ಪನ್ಪನ ಬೇಜಾರ್ ಪನ್ಪನ she also talks a lot.
I should appreciate what she's doing. That is what.
Jokes apart, but
Yeah.
very serious ditala mancha.
Yes.
But yeah, because she talks a lot, maybe
Yes.
that is something that you like about her as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So ಅಂಚಾದ there will come a phase, even now for me for that matter, ಯಾನಿತ್ತೆ ಅಲೈನ್ ಆಪೇತುಲೆ ಜೋಕುಲ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೂತ್ ಅವರ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್. ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅಕುಲ್ ಬತ್ತದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪನ್ಪುನತ್ತು. I insist people, couples who are having trouble in their marriage, to come and share their stories, not share others' problems, not complain about the other person.
What exactly has happened?
Yes.
Katen
ದಯಪಂಡ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಉಪ್ಪುನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಪುಂತುಲೆ ಅವು ಒಂಜಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಉಪ್ಪುಜಿ. ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೀ ಆರ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಒಂಜಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಂಡ್ ಬಂದೇನಲೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ, I will have my story.
Yes.
But the incident is the same. How change aapujidule? Perspectives may change.
Yeah.
So it is the matter of how we are not judging, putting yourself in other person's shoes and trying to see the things from
that
his or her
perspective. Yeah, from that perspective.
That will solve all the problems. In course of time, you'll get answers for all the questions. Irage ittene tikkodu bandijji answers. You sit quietly, think, you'll get your answer.
Kudonji yanite observe mantidina parents and parenting. Since you're talking about this, ಇಂದು ಪೇರೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತ ಟರ್ಮ್ ದುಂಬ್ ಇಜ್ಜಾಂಡ್ ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಏಪಡ್ದು ಬೊಕ್ಕಂದು ಬತ್ತಂಡು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅವೇನು ಮಸ್ತ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆದೆತ್ತೊಂದು ಇನಿ ಅವೊಂಜಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಆತನಂದು ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್?
Parenting manda, when we learn new terms, it becomes a thing. Ite ಕೆಲವು ಪುರ ಐತೆ ಇರ್ತು ಪರ್ in this whole social media, exposure ಈತ ಆತನ ಬಂಡ ಇರು ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಪೋದು ಕಲ್ಪೋಡು ಬಂದಿಜ್ಜಿ. ಕೆಲವು ಪುರ ವಿಷಯ ವಿದಿನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್, ವಿದಿನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಈರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಪುಂಡು, ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ and hype it up so much. Okay, so itte parenting baga grand parenting also is there. Itte grand parenting
new term again kuda.
This is my term. I don't think I've heard it before. Concept same uppundu. Okay, grand parenting is not parenting. Okay, and most of the people now are living in nuclear families. So grand parenting is fading away slowly. Exposure ijitule itte when parents are meeting each other,
Yeah,
right, they discuss about,
which has become another trend now,
yes,
which is very important.
so we are looking to see what this set of parents are doing or that set of parents are doing. Let me do it a little better. So for the well-being of my children, I will do whatever it is to make things right. Like for example, itte inkulna inchinandala itte joke like seek battundu problem and inkul doctor upopuna dumbu Instagram od pura solutions tikkudapu. Many people come and give you solutions, right? Itte Facebook od kelavu pura page uppundu IT solution varpundu. Okay, kelavu are very effective also. Okay,
Yes,
bakka engulu paid attention to popa, we just to check whether what he is saying and what we have known is the same.
it's same, it's aligning or not. ಅವು ಒಂಜೇ ಲೈನ್ ಉಂಡ ಇಜ್ಜಾಂದ ಆತೆ.
Ate, so parenting is parenting. Father will be a father, mother will be a mother.
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪಣ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವು ಇತ್ತದ ಕುಲ್ಪ ದುಂಬು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಡೆ ಪೋದು ಬಾಲೆಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಜ್ಜಿಂಡ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಬಾಲೆಗೆ ಹುಷಾರಿಜ್ಜಿನ್ ಪೌಂದು ಇತ್ತೇರು ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಂಚತ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್
Infection the pudarla panperu, which
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ
bacteria,
ಅವಳು
which
ಟೆನ್ಷನ್
virus.
ಆಪುಂಡು ಯಾನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ ಮೊಕ್ಕುಲ ಯಾನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಲ್ಪುಡ ಬುರ್ಚಾನ್
Annan.
ಯಾನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಕುದ್ದು ಕಣ್ಣರೆ ತೂತೆ ಒಂಜಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜೋರಿತ್ನಾರ ಪನ್ಪುನ ಅವನ್ ಪಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾನ್ ಉಲ್ಲೆ ಕುಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಪ ಒಂಚೂರು ಪಡ್ತು
Symptoms panodu enkle gottu podu where we are going and who is the professional here. ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಇತ್ತೆ ಓಲ್ಪೋಪದುಲ್ಲ ಎಂಕಲೆಗ್ಲ ಇತ್ತೆ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕೆಲವೇರು ಪೂರ ಎಂಕಲೆಗ್ ಪೂರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಬರ ಬಂದಾಪುಂಡು ಇಂಚ 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 ಬರ ಪೂರ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಡ್ ಪಂದಾಪುಂಡು ಅಕ್ಕಲ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಲ ಪಂದಾಪುಂಡು ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್
ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಅರೆಗ ಉಂದುಂಡ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಡೆಫಿಸಿಟ್ ಉಂಡ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಉಂದುಂಡ ಟ್ರಾಮಾ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ ಉಂಡ ಪೂರ ಪಂದಾಪುಂಡು ಐತ ಬಾಕ ಎಂಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ಇಂಚಿನ
ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬುಕ್
allow us to assess them from the ground reality. Nikkel nath hyper ath
but
advanced
that also
code
comes because of care in the anyway.
care and but you should know where you're going. Ite enkolonji professional la ponaga when you're going to a doctor per se, you are only going with the symptoms. Testing it, diagnosing it is doctor's job. Enkalda bannagala itte the complaint inchina itte inchina face problems face maltondullar.
Okay,
tell us that, allow us to see it from an unbiased opinion.
yes,
Ite
which is very important. Yeah,
ite care undu pandu you can't take everything that you say on board.
you can't be biased.
This happens with careers. Okay, enkle mast jana parents ullaru, they just want to convince the son or daughter to take science or to take medicine. Okay, enkalda pandapund already incha incha kenandije ee renchana convince. That is not our job. Our job is to go from ABC. We should understand them first. Aita bakka akalna aptitude unda, interest unda, akalna vision encha undu. Bakka what they are saying could be true. You never know. But not on the outset. Ir panpar bandu we cannot give you the solution.
Ita career pannaga, if you look at our parents, namma parents, in the time period way back, you can count 30-40 years ago when they were studying. Anida career igla inita career igla mast difference undu. Any just as an example panodundanda, what I am doing today was not a career that time. It was a hobby. ಅವು ಫ್ರೀ ಇತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು ಆತನ ಆರೆಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು ಗಮ್ಮತ್ತಿಗೆ ಬೊಕ್ಕ ಬೇತೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಮಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ನಿಂದು ಒಂಜಿ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಆತನ್. ಬಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ದಪ್ಪನಾಗ ಆಕಲ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಿಡಿಜ್ಜಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಇತ್ತೆ ಇರ್ನಾಡೆ ಬತ್ತದ ಆಕಲು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಆತ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಜ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಪನ್ನಗಲ್ಲ ಆಕಲ್ನ ಮಂಡೆ ಉಪ್ಪು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ನೋ I studied and I did good, or I have seen examples.
Yes.
Ite most of the kids have become engineers. Mast jokli engineer ayar, doctors ayar. Avula because of this only. Dumbittina profession onje engineer, onje doctor, lawyer, bokka teacher avundu pura barondittin. So how to adapt with this? How do parents, how do they cope up with this? What they need to do? And what examples do you see when people come to you with this?
Yeah, see, the first thing that I tell parents is ask them the question whether you want to study more after 12th, not after 10th, after 12th.
Okay.
Do you want to study more?
This is after 12th.
After 12th.
Degree board and panparate.
Board and panper, who is saying that? Okay. There is no hard and fast rules. There is no hard and fast rules you have to ever get educated. There are some for whom studying is not cup of tea. Okay, they may be thinking about, okay, I will start something on my own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creative.
Kaas uppundu. Make no mistake about it. Kaas uppundu, funding uppundu, pura uppundu. Instead of putting those 20-25 lakhs into education, there are some children who think that way. Okay. For example, I'll tell you about my own wife. She was 16 years of age when she started emceeing.
Yes.
By the time she was 19-20, she had also put her hand into an apartment. Okay, she wanted to have a house of her own, which is completely her own investment. She started doing that. By the time she was 25-26, she had also finished her EMIs. Okay, so when she decided not to do a full-fledged day college in degree college, she wanted to go and join an evening college. It was because she wanted to earn in the morning.
Perfect.
ಕೆಲವರು ಅಂಚೆನ ಉಪ್ಪಿರು. Okay, obviously you will want that kind of mentality. Parents nakalna funding bodchi, I want to lower their burden. Okay, enchanna maltadu yane mittu I have that hunger. So akul kelaveru cinematography award, performing arts award, irna like host award, it comes at a very young age. A bannaga responsibility. Then if the parent says at any cost you have to do your graduation and post graduation, then think about it.
Okay.
Those 5 years you would have had enough time, okay, and the resources to make a fortune out of it. At least raise capital for what you want to do in the future. Itte must option undu. It's not just a full-fledged degree college. Itte ireg online diplomas
vocational courses
sumar undu. And there are varieties of things you can do. So open up your mind and ask your son or daughter this simple question: do you want to study more? If the answer is yes, I want to study more, what? Then ask them, okay, how did you fare in your PU college? What were the subjects that you liked the most? what are you interested in. Most importantly, ask them what you don't want to do at any cost. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಸೈತನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡ್ಸಿ ಬಂದಪ್ಪು ಆಗಲೇ ಎಂಕೊಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಲ್ದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಪ 4 years ಹಾರಿಬಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಲು ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ಬಿಡ್ದು ಬರ್ಪೇರು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪೇರು ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್
Yes.
ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಇತ್ತೆ ಅವೇನು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಲ್ತದ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪುನ ಓಕೆ ಇತ್ತೆ ಎಂಚನ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಂಡ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಯಾನ್ ಇದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಓಕೆ ನಿಕ್ಕಂಡಲ್ಲ ಇಂಚನೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಲಭ ಮಲ್ತೆ the question is, are you knowing your children well enough?
Very important.
Okay, see, there may be a pair of doctors who are parents, okay, very successful.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the children also will have the attributes, okay, and the hunger to become one.
Yeah.
Many of them come to us and say, I didn't want to become that. After 2 or 3 years of medicine, okay, appaganchina malpar. Obviously, you have a lot of money.
They would have seen their parents being busy, not able to give
Yes.
time, and they would have thought this is not the profession I want to
That
be
is
in.
the most valuable thing in the world, time. Now, if you're raising children, most of them, you know, the ones who I know, some of them don't plan to have children.
Yeah.
Okay, it is better not to have children rather than be a bad parent.
Also, another part that I've seen is they have children, but the parents are also busy building their career.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
ಅಕುಲ್ ಐತ ಪಿರೋಡ್ ಬಲ್ತಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಜೋಕುಲ್ನ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಡು ಅಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಒಂಜಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಕೊರೋಡು ಅಕುಲ್ ಕೂಡ
And itte, as a parent, nowadays, I just think, you know, the least complaints I get from school, or the least unfrictional, career my son will have. I don't want to do anything with that because I am focusing on my own troubles.
Okay.
I want to saying unnate, you choose your troubles and in life, whatever it is. Onji janda reddu jana jokulu per. If I don't get any complaints from school, that means that I'm on the right path. It's not true. I have to have enough time with my children, with my spouse, with my parents if they are at home. Sit with them, spend at least 1 or 2 hours wasting your time with them. Wasting your time.
Yeah, we'll put
Okay.
it that way. Yes.
So when you do this waste of time, you will get to know things which your books will not give you, or no job will give you. In the end of the day, why do you earn? It's a clever.
For the whole
I'm not
purpose
having
of
a problem with people who
good,
earn a lot
happy
of money.
family. Yeah.
Yes. When you earn a lot of money, it should be such that you are able to spend that money judiciously in your lifetime, and it has to suffice to the
With the
growth
most
and development
qualitative
of your
people.
children.
Yeah.
Not beyond that. Some of them have crores and crores of net worth assets. Okay, jokule kore time ijanda. Where is that connection? The children will simply grow up and become one more machine. They will
Yes.
go to some corporate, or they'll run their own company at a young age. They'll have nothing to do with you. I can give you ample examples.
There's no value at all.
Yes. So what are you gaining? So enklege onji cap padra puji ite earn malpe bande. But you can be fulfilled at all times. Itla kudla itte jeevan malpere itte I can tell you, I don't earn a lot of money, but the amount of money that I earn and the amount of money I need to spend every month, okay, I can tally that somehow.
Yeah, you balance that.
Okay, if I'm not in that position, I have to look for greener pastures. I have to look for a place, I have to look for another business parallel to what my parents are doing. Or if I see that I don't have the skills to run a business, or I don't want to take that risk, anchina risk burchi pandanda, I get qualified in some university abroad if I have that kind of scholarships. I will only 20, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs invest maltadu. I will set up on a plan ittana. You can do it. There is absolutely no problem. Ite equity one patule.
And
Ite when you earn, for example, somewhere in Canada, you pay 40% of your revenue as tax. Okay, alpada karchil anchenu pundu.
yes.
I know some people who don't even have a can of Coke in Canada to save money. When they come back here, they will spend lavishly. They'll invest. Invest malpare mool battadu, earning
Avul
it's okay. At the same time, if you're earning in a place like Mangalore, living in a place like Mangalore, you can be happy, you can be with your people, you can be with your circles. That is what we're missing now.
So I have an example of my own friend who was studying with me. Pidavar podondu iladakalna ಆಸೆ ಎತ್ತಂದು ಆನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಸೆ ಪೋಲ. He went there and I saw him after 8 years. And it's not just me. His parents also saw him after 8 years. And after that he said that 8 years ಯಾನಡೆ ಪೋದು ಬಂಗಬತ್ತಿನ ಉಂಡು ಪನ್ನಗ ಒಂಜಿರಡ್ಡತ್ತಿ I had to cycle, deliver food, the pura malparapnun. So everything looks rosy from here, but it is not the same when you go down there. Ate.
Absolutely. Itte the generation path, and we can talk about that. There were people many years back who went to Mumbai.
Mm.
When Mumbai was not the Mumbai we saw now.
Yes.
Like performing arts in the professional sandala, you have to struggle
Correct.
for every penny, for every space, for every opportunity. You see lines.
Yeah, this is a usual story that we have heard. Namade put banga batta, plate dekya,
Struggle.
table dekya, ಒಂದು
Yes.
pura dishes malta.
So whatever you do as a novice, itte first ankle opportunity ankle tupa, you take that chance because you have nowhere to go. Itte irega onji luxury ittenda, a lot of capital raised by your parents, pitrajista asti anchina por ittenda. You have that capital. Itte onji ಕೋಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಉಪ್ಪುನ ಈಗಲ ಇತ್ತೆ 10,000 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಉಪ್ಪುನ ಈಗಲ ಮಸ್ತ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ
Difference must.
10,000 ಉಪ್ಪುನ ಈಗ ಆಯನ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಪಡ ಆಪುನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಶಿಯಸ್. ಆಯನ ರಡ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನ ನೀರು ಪಾಡ್ರೆ ಆಪುಜಿ. The fellow who has 1 crore, he'll lose 90 lakhs just like that before he knows it. Dayapanda, he has to use his brain very less
Yes.
most of the times. Baka onji 10,000 ಖರ್ಚು ಮಲ್ಪುನ ಜನ 10,000 ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪುನ ಜನ, it doesn't mean that he will run a 1 crore business properly. That's totally different.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you have to break yourself. Itte enkel ಜಿಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ ಪೋಪ, we discussed that earlier.
Yeah.
ಜಿಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ ಪೋದು you lift weights ದಾಲ ಪುಜಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಲಕ್ಕಲೆ ಇರೆಗ್ ತೆಲ್ಪರ ಪುಜಿ, ಇರೆಗ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಲ್ಪರ
Move man para
ಪುಜಿ,
nada
ಕಾರ್
para puji, yeah.
ನಡಪುನಗ ರಡ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್
Kai dar para puji, tirgera puji. Yes.
ಅಂಚಿನ
Been there, done that and ancha.
ಸೊ ಯು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ. ಇತ್ತೆ ಪಿದೈ ಊರು ಪೋನಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೋಸಿ. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಗಲ್ಫ್ ಪೋತಿನ ಕೊಲ್ಬರ ಉಪ್ಪೇರು,
Yes.
ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಮೂಲ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಲೆಟ್
But I don't-
ಬರ್ಪೇರು.
I don't think today's kids look at that part.
ಆಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಬುಜಿ.
Akil panpunle.
The reason being, your parents will never tell you this. ಇತ್ತ ಯಾನ್ ಬತ್ತಿನ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅವು ಪನ್ಪುನ ಏಪ ಪಂಡ ಈ ರೀತಿ 21, 22 ಆದ ಈರ್ನ ಜಾಬು ಪೋಪನೊಂದು ಇರೆಗೆ ಪಂಪ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ರೋಸಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್. ನಾಟ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ವೇಸ್, ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು.
Okay.
ದುಂಬದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈ ಬಂಕರ್ ಬರ ಒಂಥರ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರ್ಪುಜಿ. ಅಂಡ mentally it is very challenging, it's very stressful.
And you have to cope up with various kinds of people now, maybe in a
That
bigger way.
and you had people who had worked for 25, 30, 35 years in the Gulf earlier. Nowadays staying for the next day also is a challenge.
Yeah.
You don't know when they will fire you, what policies will change. You'll not know whether your children and your spouse will take to it.
Correct.
By the time you come back, the whole scenario has changed. So these things are very evident.
Okay, so we were talking about parents not being aligned with today's career options. So then it comes to the kids. Jokule aklega artha malpavada appunon. Itaven malpuna idumba aa balegla aita bagge onji clear idea opoda appun. So inita young generation, if they are picking a career, what is that one question that they need to ask themselves?
What is in demand? First of all, ದಯಪಂಡ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 4 ವರ್ಷದ ದುಂಬು ಇರೆಗ್ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋನೇ ಬೇತಿತ್ತನ್. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯವರೆ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಡೆಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ದೆತೋನೆ ಯಾರಂಡ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್
It is
ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಡಿ,
upgrading,
ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್
yeah.
ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ಓಕೆ ಈರ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಉಂಡತೆ ಅವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಪ್ಪು.
correct.
ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಯಾನ್ 5 years ದುಂಬು ಇಜನ 4 years ದುಂಬು ಎರಂಗಂಡ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಲ್ತದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಉಂಡು ಇರ ದೆತ್ತೊನ್ಲೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು ಬಂದು ಯಾನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ತಿನಂಡ ನೌ ಡೇಸ್ ಯು ಬಿನ್ ಕಂಗಾಲ್.
Correct.
ದಯಪಂಡ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಬುಜಿ?
Relevancy is very not there. Relevancy is not
ಇತ್ತೆ
there.
ಇರೆಗ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಂಚಿನಂಡಲ ಮಲ್ಪೆರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇತ್ತಂಡ ಯು ಚೆಕ್ ನೌ ಆನ್ ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಈ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ನಿಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಎಂಚಿನ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲಿ ಎಂಚಿನ ಪೂರ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆವೋಡಿರು. ಇರೆಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮಾ ಆವೋಡು, ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆವೋಡು, ಅವೆನ್ ತೂಲೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಐ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಟೆಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ದ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನಫ್, ಬಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಯು ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಟ್ರೈನ್. That is also very
belong
important.
to the train. Yeah, don't catch the wrong train.
Yes. So one thing we should avoid is the herd mentality. Second thing is the crab mentality.
Yeah.
What we see in our society is prevailing.
ಒಂಜಿ ಕುರಿ ಮಂದೆನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಎದುರ್ದ ಕುರಿ ಪೋಂಡ ಹರ್ಡ್
ಅವು herd
ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ
mentality.
ಪೂರ ಕುರಿ ಪೋದಾಂಡ್.
Second is more destructive.
Yeah, crab mentality is pulling down.
ಏರನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಿತ್ತು ಬತ್ತೇರು ಈಗ ಎಂಚಿನಲ್ಲ ಮಲ್ತಿತ್ತೆ ತಿರ್ತು ಮಲ್ಬೋದು. Now it is not very difficult. ಎಂಜಿನಲ್ಲ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ತ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲೆ
done.
put some of his personal matters on air.
ಒನ್ ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಕೊಡೊಂದು
phone call
ಜನಕ್ಕೆ
would change
ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ
everything.
ಸಂಬಂಧ ಪಟ್ಟಿನಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅದನ್ನ ಪಂದು ಪಾಡ್ದು
I
ಬಿಡ್ನ
myth ಬರೋಡಂಡ ಏತ್ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Okay, what has it taken, how much learning he has done. Appreciate malpona ijji. Why don't you take people as contemporaries? Why do you take everyone as competition?
ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟರ್ಸ್.
Contemporaries, everyone can win. Just like you, anyone else can become a very good performer, very good MC. Okay, just like me, anyone. My hope is people surpass what I am doing. Do it in a larger scale.
Yeah, same here.
Go to more, more people. When you rise, I rise. Just like real estate
Correct.
prices. If the one building is 1,00,000, there is a chance that it will go to 65. Isn't it? So the vicinity and the ecosystem will benefit from what you're doing.
Yeah. See, the earlier MCs didn't have competition as far as I know. And we all grew together. And that's why today this has become such a big profession. But as and when more people started joining, it's all competition of pricing, competition, a lot of things come.
Yes.
And because of that, the business is getting affected.
Yes.
It is not just them. Rest of them are also going through the same thing.
Yes. So
Fair.
I tell her only equity upon. So when I even talk to my wife, I just tell her one thing. See, you have the capacity. You have made it big.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing is, don't ignore the part which is changing every time.
Sustainability.
ಅವು ಒಂಜಿ ಇತ್ತೆ ತೂನಗ ವಿ ಫೀಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೂ ದ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೊ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ಇನೋವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ
as simple as phone iPhone ತೆತ್ತೊಂಡಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಮಲ್ಪೋಡು ಹಾಪುಂಡು ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಮಲ್ತೆಜಿಂದ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೋ ಯೂಸ್
ಆಪುಜಿ ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಸೊ ಇರೆಗ್ ಆರ್ಮರ್ ಬರ್ಪುಂಟುಲೆ ಒಂಜೊಂಜಿ ಇರೆಗ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಪೋಂದೆ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್
ಗೇಮ್ ಗೊಬ್ಬಿಲ್ಲ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಗೊಬ್ಬುನಾಗ ಏತ್ ಆರ್ಮರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ಪುಂಡು
that will gain with experience.
yes
That will not happen if you are thinking I know everything.
as you move forward you gain it.
Yes.
You can't stand at a place and say the armor should come to me.
Yes.
So ite career da ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತ್ರದ ಪೂರಾನಾಗ I'll take your example also, which is one side you have a business that is been running from generations in the family business one. Another end you have a passion towards basketball and mentorship. The pura batan. What comes first, passion or discipline? And as parents, what should they encourage more? Now there could be somebody who likes to dance, but the parents are like, with dancing, what future are you going to build? Or it's a short-lived profession. Earlier time period matra. You can't keep dancing when you're 60, 70, 80. No, general conception. But still, there are people who are still doing it when they're 80 also.
Yes.
So, parents should look at what? Passion or
The first
discipline?
thing, yes, you give me certain know-hows. The thing is, look for joy of life.
Okay.
First things.
What is
Sometimes
joy of life?
joy of life is doing something that you love the most. Don't ignore it. I'm not saying profession, earning money is not important. Earning money is very important. Probably in the list of things will rank right up there.
Yeah, topmost priority.
Yes,
Yeah.
one of the topmost priorities depending from person to person. But don't make that your all. I know a lot of people who are earning a lot of money, still not fulfilled in life.
Yeah, they don't have a life. This is generally nama kenna.
Ah.
Poorondu mara onji
Yes.
life age mara
Itte
and
yan choose maltina profession award tule yan full fledged week pondala I can become successful, I can earn from it well enough, which is very important. Now when I am doing business, I know that is my bread and butter. I can't leave it just because I want to leave it or don't want to leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing that I do is very rare. It is not something that everyone knows. Okay,
Correct.
it has come through the generations.
Yes.
And I evolved with that. So I'm in love with that.
And you have a first-hand experience right at your
Yes.
home.
It's not like I finished my MBA and joined my business.
Correct.
Okay, I have done that through and through, and my father has helped me and support me, obviously with the rest of the people and the staff around. So they are taken to me very well. Second part is totally different. The mentoring is nowhere connected to what I'm doing. That is to stay updated with the generation. Plus, it's more of a social responsibility for me. I don't look at earning from it.
Okay.
Okay, most of the time, there are people who think facilities like this or things like counseling, professions like counseling, you'll have to shell out a lot of money. Yenka ಕೆಲವರು ಬೈದೇರು when they were students in school and college, okay, they did not have a penny to spend.
Okay.
ಅಕುಲ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕಾಸಿತ್ತು ಜಾಗಲ್ಲ. But I've counseled them now. After 14-15 years, they have said thank you and paid me.
Okay.
After they have, earned their first
Earning
salary.
their first salary, yes.
ಕೆಲವು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಮದರ್ಸ್ ಪುರ ಬರ್ಪೇರು ಅಕಲ್ಡ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವೆರಿ ಥಿನ್ ರೂಪ್ ಅನ್ಪೇರ್ತದೆ
Yes, yes,
ಅಕಲ್ಡ
yes.
ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪುಜಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಅಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ₹2,000 ₹3,000 ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್
Yeah.
ಅವು ಒಂಜಿ ಒಂದು ಪುಣ್ತಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬು ಇತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಅವು ಪೋತುಜಿ some of the people don't seek the right necessary help thinking that it's not important ಆ ಟೈಮುಡು ಅಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ they know it the ones who will listen to this also they know who I'm talking about ಅಕುಲಿತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ನಗ that itself is fulfillment for me ಅವು ಇರು ಏತ್ಲ ಕಾಸು ಕೊರ್ಲೆ you can't figure out how to gain value for that basketball is sports
Yes.
the way you look at me now I'm 40 years of age okay a
You
little
don't
bit
look
of
like.
onji paunch baidan and when you see
English guide dumbe bhai.
when you see me when you're 21 22 23 I was almost the same maybe I put on a couple of kilos that's it so that gives me the freshness
Yeah, that is where I think
Yes.
the whole energy is coming. And
Yes.
yeah.
ಇತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಬೈದಿರ್ತಲೆ ಇತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರುಡು ಇರೆಗ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೋಚಸ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಬರ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಉಪ್ಪು we have a huge massive group of people who want to gain that advantage in sports obviously they'll have to move to a bigger city like Bangalore cool professionals out and but the people who come here are potent they want to learn new things okay aklegitte onji sports promote malpare akleg educated out you need some awareness you need some specialists who can
Guide you
to the
through
next
that,
level.
yes.
Yes so inka profession undapuji hindrance apuji it helps me actually
Okay. Now we're talking about passion and discipline, Purabattanu. Then you said you need to have something that you love to do. There's a general saying, Purabanpir, do what you love and then you
Yes.
don't have to work a single day.
Yes.
But you're doing something that you love. I think painting is done and painting mansala. But I'm very bad at painting. Should I still pursue it because I love it?
yes absolutely
Okay.
see you got a mainstream profession
Yeah.
okay probably people
Yeah, that is very important. Yes.
have something to hang on to when it comes to earning right there are no free meals whole pondala I don't think people respect you enough if you're not able to spend on your own okay so ಒಂದು ಜಾಯ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಪಂಡಿತುಲೆ ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಪ್ಲೆ
Find happiness in little things. In the Ike Pantin Tojun. Mallai Pona Bari Banga Avun.
ಪೆಟ್ ಸುಪ್ಪೇರು
Yes.
the time that you spend with your friends ಐಟ್ ಪುರ ಇರೆಗ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಪುಜಿ okay if you are looking only at income ಮುಕುಲ್ ಪುರ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಡೋಪುಜರ್ ಏರ್ಲ at the same time you can be a very depressed rich person
Depressed rich person. Yeah.
depressed rich,
Yes,
rich
yes.
person isn't it
I think there are many people like that.
yes obviously
Yes, they wouldn't admit it,
when
but
you're-
somewhere deep down now they might feel yes.
when you're following that route it is bound to happen
Yeah, you're in the
it is
race.
sad but you should know what your priorities are so that is why I say joy of life is very important in whatever you do even when you learn for that matter itte kalpare popar kalpare ponaga there is so much pressure on people to get those marks
Yeah.
ir shaleg daya popun tell me Mr. Anurag
To gain experience, maybe to learn the way
To
of life.
socialize,
Yeah, to learn
to
the way
learn.
of life. To be
Homeschooling.
between people.
homeschooling undu homeschooling malpolete if you
ಜನಕ್ಕುನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ.
social
Yes.
okay when you become the person that you are pura contribute malpun okay the teachers the stuff that you
friends,
learn
yeah.
the stuff that you don't learn the stuff that you hate how you integrate with people the fights that you have with your friends
The
okay
circle that you
ಮಸ್ತ್
have.
ವರ್ಷದ ಬಕ್ಕ ಇರ್ ಫೋನ್ ಬರ್ತದೊಂದು ಪಾತಿರುವಾರು ಸಾರಿ ಮಾರೆ ಇಂಚೆಂಚೆ ಮಲ್ತೀನಿ ಓಕೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಾರಿ ಐ ಆಮ್
Yeah.
ಅಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಎಂಕಲ ಕೆಲವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆತಂಡು ಐ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ randomly I thought, oh, why all this ego? Just pick up the phone and speak. Now we are better friends than what we used to be.
Nice.
Anjaparapun. So you learn all these things. Okay, these are joys of life. IT irna ego barpuji, IT irna financial standing barpuji, irna society duwa position now barpuji. Okay, when you reach somewhere one day, you give a person a hug who you met many years back.
Yeah.
Ate yav, it gives you peace. Ajanak it may mean a lot more, or it may not mean anything.
Anything, yeah.
But when you go home, you're happy.
Don't
That
carry
is
a baggage
better than
with you
your
all the
increment.
time. Andate.
And that is better than the increment you get.
Yes. Luggage paton tirganda dunna apun boka last nanke banga
Yes,
apun.
baggage, don't carry baggage. I believe in that.
One more thing that comes to my mind. Ite Kudla. Namma bari we are very proud of the city. Hemmed banpa namma uru.
And song purunda.
Yes, namma urudu ite if you were to describe Mangalore, I do it most of the times on stage, and a lot of people tell this. Mangalore is a city which has got best of best engineering college. Mangalore is a city which has got best of best medical institutions, which is right and true. Mangalore is a place where it is an education hub, and you got all the facilities here. You got the seaways, you got the airport, you got the roadways, you got all types of connectivity to the city.
Yes.
The climate is also maybe. Pidayirda batinakulo alla complain malpir, but this is one of the most healthiest climate I feel.
Yes.
Despite of all this, ಪೂರ ಆದ್ಲ ಇನಿಕೆ ಅಂಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದುಂಡು ಖಾಲಿ ಪಿ ಯು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮುಟ್ಟ ಮಾತ್ರ ಜನ ಕುಲ್ಮೂಲ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಲ್ತೊಂದುರ್ಲೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದ ಜಾಯ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆದ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮುಲ್ಪಾಪುಜಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನಡಾಗೆ ಪೋಡು. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್, ಹಿಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರನ್ನ ಒಂದುಂಡು ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಇದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇರೋ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಡು. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅ ಲಾಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್. So now it's young Canada pod kalpodu, young Germany podu, and you see study rise in institutions that are coming up to tell want to fly abroad, want to fly to UK, want to do IELTS.
Yes.
So people complain and leave. So what is your take on that now?
See, to add on to what you said about Mangalore, it is one of the best places. I don't think it's me who is saying that. There are people who have come from other places, traveled the world.
To be precise, a lot of people who have worked outside, they have a sigh of relief when they come back and say,
Yes.
Battamaran Urugu.
Because everything is so peaceful, so easy. People are wonderful here.
Very much.
That is what we totally don't take into account. Unless and until you go to another place, which are very rampant, you see road rages, you see people running over the other.
In terms
You
of
see constant
cleanliness,
fights.
in terms of behavior, in
We
terms
are
of
so
all.
closely
Yes.
knit, Anurag.
Yes,
See, this is the
yes.
first time we are meeting like this. Okay, but we can strike a chord.
Yeah.
And we know the languages that many people do not know, right? We obviously, any Mangalorean pick them up and say they'll speak 4 to 5 languages.
Ma konkani gotta sa.
You speak
I
like
speak in Tulu Bhat.
Having said that, the ecosystem here, it is conducive for peaceful living. Either I used to tell people, to stay in Mangalore and do well, either you should be very rich or homesick. One of the two things. Okay. When people used to plan to go abroad and you are here.
I left Dubai for 8 months and I was
Yes.
homesick and I came back.
Yes.
Okay.
It can happen because a place like Mangalore consumes you. And when you hear someone speak in Tulu in Dubai, okay,
Rappa tirgudu
you will bite their hand off to strike a conversation. Like that, see, there are a lot of people who go abroad, okay, thumbs up to them. Because we can't afford to have people staying here, all of them,
Correct.
if you see the demographic, if you see the people who are staying here, you will not find people of the age of 23 to 45.
Yeah, you just told me yesterday and
Yes.
I Kaubaka realized and the youth is not here.
Youth is not here.
Mangalorean youth is not here. Only
Kaltu
we
Bidai
find is the older generation still living here and some of
Yes.
homesick people like us who are still here.
Because if you have to be an entrepreneur, you should have enough resources to gain that income. The most important part.
Yeah.
The other thing which is driving people to Europe is it is a very people-friendly countries you're talking about. Okay, because the laws, the labor laws, the way they take care of you, when you pay your taxes, the returns
facilities that you get, yeah.
you don't have to worry. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4 children. It is joy to have that. Which you struggle to do that here. Okay, when you study there and you're working, as a subordinate somewhere after before or after your classes, people would judge you. There is good quality of life. The climate is very good. Okay, and you can stay carefree. You don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, but on the hindsight, we human beings are not supposed to be isolated. We can be independent.
Correct.
Okay, we resemble more of lions than tigers. So
What is the difference?
We should be living in a pride. So if you see lions, you'll
They're
see
always
20, 25 lions together. They hunt together, they eat together. Okay, they rest together.
Very importantly, the family stays together
Stay
there.
together.
Yeah.
Tigers are not like that. Tigers are solitary animals. Okay, they hunt alone. They're shy. When they want to be aggressive, they are aggressive. Okay, so we have to be learning the capacities of becoming interdependent rather than independent.
Interdependent is the word. Yes.
Because
interdependent
you
is,
need me at one point of
Yeah.
time. I need you at one point of time. So when people say I'm self-made, you can't be self-made.
I think these are the terms that have changed
They are
the way
glorified-
people are
glorified
looking
terms.
at into life.
Nobody can be
Being, self-made, independent,
You need someone to make you reach
risen
where you
from
are.
the ashes, from zero to hero. So maybe we are getting inspired from the stories that are being told,
Yes.
just the headlines.
ಎಸ್
ಖಾಲಿ ಹೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ತಗೊಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ತಿರ್ತಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ದಾದೊಂಡು, ಜರ್ನಿ ದಾದೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ
we
ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ
need a mixture because life itself is a cocktail. It's not a fruit juice. Okay, so when you have people going abroad, I please appeal to them at one point of time, come back to your city. Because when you have children growing up with some your friends' children, okay, it's an amazing feeling. You go to the similar classes, similar schools, they develop something because you're Mandina Maga, okay, you're son of the soil.
Yeah.
So your roots will not leave you. You go to another place, your neighbor whom you have struck a very good chord with may leave and go. Okay, it could be a secondary migration, tertiary
Yeah.
migration. There is no settlement. So even if you stay abroad,
Your
you're
settlement
happy.
is here.
You're happy. When you come back, your people will be there to welcome you. You feel at peace. So a lot of people whom I know come during vacations, the December vacations, during Christmas. And we meet somewhere, a Manglo club, Christmas ball and
Yes.
everything. We feel you're left off yesterday. We feel that the time has really passed at double speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Bannaga, Mool Bannaga, we are all, very good friends, striking the chord again. Avul poi bakka obviously in a profession pundu.
Busy life, irege vehicle ತಾರೆ
Yes,
ಕೊರ್ರೆ.
your children will be very happy.
Rarely you talk to your parents also, and then you don't
Yes.
even have that bonding there.
Dayapanda enklege investments la bodu Kudlag, and who are the ones who are investing? The people who are NRIs.
Yes.
Okay, multa ireke per capita ite income tu
I think the real estate boom that we see here is only because of that. Yeah.
You tell me how many people can actually run a small business and afford luxurious homes which are surpassing 1 crore to 1.5 crores.
Yeah.
ಅವು ಬೊಂಬೈ ತಗೊಳ್ಳು ಬರೋದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. They used to invest in properties here. Now it's the same thing there. So until that happens, you can't strike a balance. ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕಲ್ನ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಲ ಬೋಡು, ಅಕಲ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ಲ ಬೋಡು, ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೋಡು, ಅಕಲ್ನ economic. You asked me about these institutions abroad.
Yeah.
ಇತ್ತೆ most of this have hardly any resources. ಇತ್ತೆ ಇರ್ನ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ.
Okay.
ಅಕಲಿಗೆ ಟೂರಿಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಟೂರಿಸಮ್. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಲ್ಪನು ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್, ಲೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್, ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ನಾನೊಂಜಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಕ್ಲಿಗ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಒಪ್ಪುನ್ most of these
Yes.
countries like New Zealand, like
They need more people there.
Poland award,
Yes.
Finland award. Akalna population ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಒಪ್ಪುನ್, just to make sure there is enough consumption and superiority in
Yes.
terms of using a brain. Okay, most of these Europeans are dumb most of the times. Yankul akalan tinpa incha puntu. Okay, so they want people like us to go there to build a structure. Obviously there will be a saturation point.
There has to be.
Ite US irtu parir.
Dubai is also reaching that saturation point in terms of
Saturation point
Mangaloreans.
bannaga,
And yeah.
Then you'll surely be made felt like an outsider. Okay, before that happens, you have to make sure that you have enough investments to come back and see what happens.
We just discussed. Well,
Yes.
leave while you're at the top.
Exactly.
Don't
Make
wait,
people push you.
out.
Yes, yes.
So with all of this, there's one more thing that I want to ask. Exposure is jiban per namma city tan. So do you believe that?
Exposure ijji panda, there is opportunity for exposure. Okay, itte all itte marubhumi ittantule avulu marubhumi bandenda apuji. See what Dubai has done to itself.
Yeah.
It's the moolu exposure ijji panda, you have learnt in some study, educational sector, from class A, B, C, from first standard or whatever it is,
Yeah.
to your degree college. Itte aven itte full circle malpodanda, you need to have enough exposure in terms of that fulfillment panda jobs.
Job.
Itte incha adan panda, maximum people have to go to a city like Bangalore or city like Hyderabad, Pune.
Bangalore is filled with people from here. A lot of our friends,
Yes.
we always
Yes.
find them in Bangalore.
Itte incha napun panda, they are promoting smaller cities like satellite towns like Tumkur, like Mysore, even Mangalore.
Mangalore is now again
Yes.
rising in terms of IT.
Itte infrastructure build anaga, obviously the jobs will come back. Itte mool kaltinaklega moole jobs tikkuna chance upun. And one more thing I want to appeal to the entrepreneurs here. Okay, even the big businessmen who are philanthropists also.
Okay.
ಕೆಲವು ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಎಂಕುಲ್ ಕೊರ್ತು ಜಾಂಡ ಬಕ್ಕ ಏರ್ ಕೊರ್ಪೇರ್ ಇತ್ತೆ.
Let's put more light onto that.
Yes.
At that point.
If we don't give the opportunity, itte tule enkalna itte construction pura undu, we get people from the north, itte Chhattisgarh award, Bihar award, akalna migrate maltade, people will get settled.
Yeah.
Akul first generation construction workers. Itte akalna jokul itte government school podu engine facilities pradethundi itte mittu barper. They will never get into construction.
Yeah.
This is the same dilemma people of estates have. ಇತ್ತೆ ಕುಡ್ಲದಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ದುಂಬು ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಇತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವರೆಗೆ ಉಂಡು ಅಂಡಲ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅವು ಲೇಬರ್ ಉಂಡತೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಲೋಕಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಲೇಬರ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ತಿಕ್ಕುಜಿ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಎಂಕುಲು ವೆನ್ ಯು ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಲೇಬರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಮೂಲು ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪೇರು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಉಪ್ಪೇರು ವಿ ಆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ತಿಕ್ಕೊಡ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೇ ಒನ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್
Correct.
ಇಫ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಕುಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮಲ್ಪುನಾಗ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಜ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ಎಂಕುಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ಮುಡಿ ಬಿಡ್ಪ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಇನಫ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್
Okay.
rather than getting people from other cities, other
yeah.
places. Okay, obviously there's a lot of migration from places like Kerala. People come
Yeah.
and study here, graduate.
Yes, we have a lot
And the
of
focus is Middle
institutions
East.
which are running only because of students
Yes.
from Kerala. That's
Yes.
why I said Nammakulu we don't find youth.
Yes.
There are people who complain Kudla you see only Kerala it's around, the youth around. That is
Yes.
because Mangaloreans are not here.
Yes. One thing I would like to ask you, Mr. Anurag, are Mangaloreans dumb? No.
No.
We are probably, I'm not hyping it up because I am Mangalorean. We are probably one of the more intelligent people that you'll find.
See, all the businesses that are set up all across the world, there is a Mangalorean there.
Yes.
Hotels, in terms of hospitality,
Yes.
in terms of great leaders in great institutions, you will find a Mangalorean there.
Yes.
Just to say, on Prati stage 11, Mangalore is such a city that, from underworld to Miss World, we have everybody in. So,
And
very talented
we
people,
are-
very smart people.
Yes, and I think we are easy to work with.
Yeah.
Not just because we learn new languages very easily, we adopt.
The way that we have been brought up also is something that matters.
For example, I speak GSB Konkani, I speak Mangalorean Konkani, just the way it's supposed to be spoken.
Yeah.
When you go to a place like Bangalore, in the language, the must
Issue
ladai
undu, yes.
avundu. There are a lot of
Mul
cases.
chance join malpare mul aina
There is no chance because we are closely knit.
Yes.
We don't let this nonsense affect us.
Yes.
Okay, so we are easy to work with, we are intelligent. So the only thing left is the opportunity for people who don't have that helping hand. Make sure the entrepreneurs come together and involve and open up. At the same time, I would like to appeal to the youngsters also. Don't be sitting on your haunches. When it comes to your time, make sure you take these opportunities. Because when the door doesn't open, you have to break the door open.
Okay.
So I would rather take a person who breaks open a door than who's waiting next to my door and
Knocking.
putting the call bell every time. Yes.
So now,
Yes.
while we are coming to the end of this, the end ateji, I am sure nanala mast namak topic da ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತಿರನ್, but
Yes.
parents have the biggest pressure is what I feel. Enna bale edde panda, it is not wrong, it is their dream. Enna
Correct.
bale onje edde stream bodu ಆಗ ಒಂಜಿ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಬೋಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಕುಲ್ ಇಜ್ಜಿಂದ ಆಂಡಲ ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಬಾಲೆ ಒಂಜಿ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಲ್ಪೋಡು ಅಕಲ್ನ ಒಂಜಿ ಆಸೆಟ್ ದಾತ್ರ ಇತ್ತು ಪೂರ ಮಂತೊಂದುಲ್ಲೆರ್.
Yes.
ಮೇ ಬಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಂಪೀಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಮೈ ಕಿಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಕಿಡ್. ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬತ್ತನ ಎನ್ನ ಬಾಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ದೆಪ್ಪೋಡು, ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಬಾಲೆ ಪೋಡು ನಾನು ಎನ್ನ ಬಾಲೆ ಓಣ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡುಂದು ಅವಡು. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ದ ವಿಷಯಡಂತೂ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಇತ್ತೆಂದು ಆತಿರ್ ಪನ್ನಾಗ ದುಂಬು ನಮ್ಮ ಖಾಲಿ ಕಲ್ಪು ಓದು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂಚತ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಉಂಡು. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಜೋಕುಲು ಪಾಪ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಉಪ್ಪೇರು. 4 o'clock ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಯ್ಬೇಕು, 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಹಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, 6 ಗಂಟೆ ಹಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಕೆರಾಟೆ, ಬೊಕ್ಕ ಸಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಸಂಡೇ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಪೊಸತ್ ಶುರುವಾತು. ವೈಲ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಹೋಮ್ ನೌ, ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ನೌ. ಆ ಒಂಜಿ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಾಗ ಪಿರೋಕಂತಂದಾಂಡ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಬಹುಶಃ ಟುಡೇ ಯು ಸಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್.
Yes,
because
yes.
that one value was at home, that one habit was at home. So what is that one habit, one value that now parents need to get back in order to bring back everything together?
I would say spend more time. Inkola ekadla ita
We
vishay
started with that, yeah, time.
So it all starts from there, regardless of what you do and what your action plan is. Nikala injina strategy award, parenting award, whatever it is, being concerned is very important. That means you're showing that you're good parent. Itte onji uppun push malpuna joglek. Nanonji pushing them to a breaking point uppun. Okay, obviously now what has happened is itte capacities uppundu, akalna interest uppundu, abilities uppundu. Okay, aven promote malpuna itte havyasa start adun. Promoting in the sense my child can do this, I'll put it up on Instagram. Okay, itte encha appun
The child goes under peer pressure after that.
Yes, itte ir onji 5 ನಿಮಿಷದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಜನ್ನ 10 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪಾಡ್ಲೆ. Okay, now you become popular, you get the hits, you get the likes, ಅವು ವೈರಲ್ ಆಪುನ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಪೂರ ದುಂಬುದ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಇತ್ತೆ ಪಂದದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೌತ್ ಪೋಪುನತ್ತು People see things on the screen. The question will be, how can you better that? Itte same level edupera apuji. You have to keep on pushing your
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yes.
Question is, what better can you do throughout? Itte jokul kalpat, there's no problem. Make sure they have least amount of pressure on them, undue pressure. Akle protsaha korle, akle confidence to build malple, encourage them to come and talk to you. Not just saying, okay, you did this, you did it right. Enka kasta ಒಂದು ಎಂಕ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಪುನಂಡ ಇತ್ತೆ ಅವೇನು ಸುಲಭ ಮಲ್ಪಡಂಡ ಎಂಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಇರ್ನ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕೀಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್. ಇತ್ತೆದ ಜೋಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ 2 minutes. ಎರೆಗ್ಲ ಕೇಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋಡ್ಚಿ
ಟೈಮ್ ಇಜ್ಜಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ಬೊಡ್ಚಿ and then yeah, they don't have that.
Something called hyper maturity.
Yeah.
There's something called this one pseudo maturity.
Pseudo maturity you said yesterday.
I discussed
Yes.
it about.
Yeah.
Okay, pseudo maturity panda, at the moment your child gives a list of things that they know or says something very intelligently. It's English pura gottu. If someone comes and speaks on the stage, suddenly you know confuse it with maturity. ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕುಲಿ ಈತ್ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಎಂಕಲ್ನ ಜೋಕುಲೆ ಪೂರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಡು ಪೂರ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಅಬ್ಯಾಕಸ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇರು ಇರೆಗ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಂಚೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇದು ಎಂಚಿನ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮಂಡ ದಿರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ಡ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್.
Yeah, that's
ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಔಟ್ ಡು ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹವ್ ಡನ್. ಒಂದೇ ದಿನ ಪಾಡ್ದ ಜರಂಡ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಪೋಯಾರ ಒಂದು ಹುಷಾರಿಜ್ಜ ಅಂಚ ಇಂಚ ಬಂದು
ಡಲ್ ಆತ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಲ್.
their progress becomes speculative. Okay, keep them away from these eyeballs until they reach that maturity age. Maybe 14, 15 ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ. Just keep them under your safe carpet.
Yes.
ಆಯ್ತಾ ಬಕ್ಕ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಒಂದು ಕೊರ್ಲೆ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಉಪ್ಪುಂಡು ಇಜ್ಜಿ ಪಂದತ್ತು. Nowadays kids are a lot more knowledgeable than what we used to.
Yes.
Aklig one thing I liked about the Gen Z era is they are more open to discussion. They are very less critical or judgy.
Yes.
They are more inclusive. Itte jokulna dressing award, they are not bothered, they are not worried. Itte engine adan manda there are obviously pressures about looking a certain way. Okay, structure of the body, going to the gym, working hard and everything. Let it be calculated. At the same time, people are also having fear of getting body shamed. It's one banji barad, one physically height uppad, short uppad. You are scared. You are not willing to go to school.
The outer world is affecting.
You don't want to eat food. Our anorexia bandonji condition uppundu where you have a eating disability. Iru tin pujar. Tinande irna the whole focus is to look slim. It's ಕೆಲವರು ಓವರ್ ವೇಟ್ ಇತ್ತದು ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಅವಡಂಡ ದೇ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಲಿಮ್ ಆಪೇರ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅನ್ಹೆಲ್ದಿ
Way.
ಇರ್ನ ಉಲೈ ಪೂರ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. Anorexia is one of the biggest problems, especially in girls now. Young girls, I'm not talking about 18, 19 years old.
Yes.
Okay, they want to look slim. Why? For the society. At the cost of dying also.
Pleasing somebody else when you're
At the cost of dying. I have known people who have tried suicide, attempted suicide, but having the fear of looking bad. So, atmatta potun. So, we have pressures, okay, but you see what is sensible thing to
So
do.
even early success also affects.
About early success in children, yes, absolutely. Early success banda itte enkul tupa youngsters 6-7-year-olds ಅಕಲ್ನ ಐತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪಾಡ್ದು ಜಂಡ ಇಂಚನಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಪೋಯರ್
ಸುಮಾರು ಟಿವಿ ಶೋಸ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಶೋಸ್ ಉಂಡು
ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಶೋಸ್ ಉಂಡು ಅಕುಲ್ಲ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್. ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಐ ಬಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ವ್ಯೂಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್. ಕೆಲವರು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ತೂಪೇರು, ಕೆಲವರು ತೂಪೇರು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಡನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಫಾಲೋವರ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ ಬಕ್ಕ ಅಕ್ಲೆ ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ್ದು ಅಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಪಾಡ್ವೇರಿ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡು. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೆಡ್.
But the parents feel happy, when their kids at such a small age, stage boyer, paateri, TV batter.
Bakka dada apun gotunde, iregavu stages of development upuji. Iregavu benchmarking upun. Undu milestone ay bakka, undu milestone. Itte milestone ijji.
Second step diodu. Nam see that.
Itte milestone ijji. If you have achieved what you think is the most important prize going around, you have fulfilled it. Aita bakka next level upuji. Irega already 10 years, 12 years daandu. It's enkel sports today tupa. Kelaver play national level. Aita bakka they think they don't need coaching at all. Yantute, I have experienced it myself. They don't want to learn from anyone who is below their standard. Supposedly below their standard. ಅಕ್ಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಜಿ ಅಂಕುಲ್ ಏಪ ಕಲ್ತೀನಿ ಎಂಚಿನ ಕಲ್ತದ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಅವು ಗೊತ್ತು ಪುಜಿ. ಸೊ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲಾರಿಟಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಡ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇತ್ತೆ.
That's very important, I feel. What are the things that you shouldn't do rather than what are the things
ದ್ಯಾಟ್
you
ಯು
need
ಗೇನ್
to
ವಿತ್
do?
ಮೆಚೂರಿಟಿ.
Yeah.
ಇರೆಗ್ ಇಂಚಿನ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ಬಲ್ಲಿ
And that is over a period of time with experience as time passes by, and you can't have it
Yes.
right tomorrow.
See,
You can't have
only
it
a
by
few
looking
people,
at
yes, only
YouTube.
a few people achieve something after winning the prize. How many times have we seen? I've also spoken to other people about this. Winners are one day success to tinakul. Must jana ullir. Winners are the dip of form.
Yes.
Ite crorepati tule kelaveru 7 crores 8 crores pura win tinakul dumbu.
You've not heard of them.
Lost
next
their
day.
money, even lost their jobs. No one wants to hire them. Okay, bakka ಓಲ್ ಇಜ್ಜರ್ ನಾ
Garka nagatka.
Anchapun.
Yes.
ಅವು ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರ್ಪುಂಡು. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲಾರಿಟಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಇತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲಾರಿಟಿ ಉಂಡತ್ತೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮುಲ್ತ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್.
Yeah.
ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್.
The whole world looks at our viewership.
ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್ ತುಂಡ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಮಿಲಿಯನರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಯು ವಿತ್ ಅ ಫೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಪೋಲೋ ಶರ್ಟ್
Polo
ಪಾಡ್ದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು
shirt, normal particle.
ಮೂವ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ರೋಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡು. ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಗುಚಿ, ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬೋಗಿನಿ, ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಶೂರ್ ದೇನೋ you are seen.
You want to make sure that you're
Yes.
observed by people.
Yes.
Yeah, you present yourself.
You want eyeballs.
Yes.
That is the last thing that you want to do. There will come a time when you are running away from popularity. And in kids it affects more because they don't know how to handle
We
this.
want eyeballs, at the same time we are the same people who say drishti burundu.
Because dishti depparella is a
Okay,
challenge.
so now before we end, I'll have a quick this or that for you.
Okay.
So quickly you pick between two
Yes,
of this.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
This is about parenting and the young generation that we have. So discipline or freedom?
Discipline.
Okay. Passion or stability?
Passion.
Marks or skill building?
Skill building. Any day.
Early success or success slow and steady?
Slow and steady.
Parents, should they listen like a friend or should they be guiding like a parent?
It depends on what time.
Okay.
But in course of time they should be friends.
Okay. If you ask about structured sports or street sports, which is picking up now.
Structured sports.
Okay. Screen time control or screen time education? What is more
Screen
important?
time education.
Pushing limits or respecting boundaries?
Respecting boundaries if you are talking about personal life, and the other one in when it comes to others.
So yeah, if it is relation, then you have to push your
Yes,
limits
yes,
in
yes.
order to be there. Old school parenting or modern parenting?
Old school any day.
Any day. Okay. Mentoring your child or allowing your child to mentor you?
At the moment, yes, the first one.
Okay. Now you have to answer this in one line only.
Okay.
Okay. One parenting skill that you haven't mastered yet.
Probably listening to my wife more.
She's listening to this now.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to go back home.
Yeah. One thing kids do today that secretly annoys every parent.
Addiction to mobile phones.
Phones. Your dream mentoring session guest, alive or dead?
Mentoring session in the sense you want a client.
Yeah. Or anybody dream that you always felt that I should mentor this guy someday? Or I should have mentored this guy?
I mentored my wife. She got married to me.
Wow, okay. One thing parents should stop saying immediately to their kids.
Don't talk.
They should stop saying that to their kids. Okay, a basketball rule that you wish existed in parenting.
Carry.
Okay, if your son was about to write a book about you, what do you feel should be the title of it? Or your autobiography, your biography, what should be the title? Aita pudarda adu pod.
Pudar diti jagodu.
Okay. One advice that you give to everybody but you don't follow yourself.
Be patient.
Okay, so you're still yet to master
Yes.
that. Yeah.
No one can master it easily.
Yeah, because rightly said, it's always a learning experience. We started off with saying teachers also need to go through certain exams, tests, and all of that to stay in order to stay updated. So maybe we've spoken about this, but this is a washed subject, and I'm hoping I may not be able to cover everything here with my questions. Nama ee telliya time undu manpara on. But one thing for sure, Mr. John here is not here taking up mentorship as a profession, but taking it up as a responsibility,
Yes.
which you felt is very much needed when you saw people had real life problems and they require
Yes.
real life solutions.
Correct.
And also would like to have one message to parents and kids together from your end before we end this.
Okay. To parents, walk with your children, talk to your children, and listen to them as much as they want you to listen to them. And to the children, I would like to say, have joy of life and take it slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, because the world is vast. Yes, there is nowhere to hide, but no one is chasing you through and through. Take your time, and you will be there where you should belong.
Like, don't be a perfect parent, but be the honest one.
Be a good one.
Yeah, and yeah, I know life is a race, but let kids run on their own. You be there to support them, you be there to hold their hands, you
Yes.
be there to pick them up when they fall down and tell you can still do it.
Yes.
Rather than hold their hands, pull and be a part of the race and run along with your kids at your
Yes.
speed.
Yes.
And maybe kids also need to look up to their parents as not somebody who hates you or has bad choices for you, but has a good intention for you.
Yes. Yes.
And speak it up to your parents. Make it a point to talk.
Yes.
Sitting in a corner, depression is not something that is going to help you.
Yes.
That is always going to put you down. Eventually, you will fall into depression, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to your parents more, communicate, and whatever your equation is at the moment, be it with the father, be it with the mother, be it with the friends, talking solves everything. I believe in that and I vouch for it. Speaking is magic, okay? And spend time with people as much as you can
Okay.
and live with that policy.
So yes, it's a learning for me. It's a learning for a lot of people who are watching this. And out of the other topics that we have covered, I think this is one of the most important topic that starts at home, that starts early,
Yes.
and that shapes you. And we are saying tomorrow is the future is something that will lead the tomorrow. So hopefully we start building a healthy future, a healthy asset for the future that will definitely
Yes.
make this place a better place to live in, a world to be a better place to live in. That's
Yes.
all. So thank you very much. ಎಂಕಲ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದ್ದು ಈ
My
ವಿಷಯದ
pleasure.
ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈತ್ ಪೊರ್ತು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಒಂದು ಕಟ್ಟಾದ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏತ್ ಪೊರ್ತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತುಜಿ ಬಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ sat here for 2 hours together.
Yes. Can't believe it.
But still, it is not completely covered.
Yes.
You can reach out to Mr. John if you have your queries after listening to this. Enna set of questions and but after listening to this, parents will have a lot of questions, kids will have a lot of questions. One thing that I want them to do is, if you have it, speak it out.
Yes.
Come out and talk to them.
Absolutely.
Don't hesitate and don't think, oh, podcast to pura kaltan nange dala board undi ichi.
Ah.
Once again, thank you from all of us at Namma Kudla for being the voice of Kudla today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
Thanks to Namma Kudla team. Pleasure.
So, Nicola, to your parenting is something that needs very much of importance, and also students, kids, and parents bonding is very important. Values are very important. So, then pura mulpanondu, we try to cover as much as possible. In the next episodes, we'll try to cover many more such topics, many more such important discussions will happen here. Until then, you guys stay tuned. Keep waiting for the next episode of Voice of Kudla. This is Anurag signing off. Thank you.